Big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
ET is in the booth.
Rise and shine. It's go time on a Monday morning. It's time to get ready for some football, I get. What a week, huh? With the Jags on the road at Vegas on Sunday. You know, one thing I was thinking driving in. Good morning, E.T. How are we doing, Fred?
Stop by, say, Jeffrey.
The fort held down sufficiently, I suppose?
We held it down.
Yeah, I bet. Is the black hole still a thing? Like, remember the black hole in the old Oakland Coliseum? I mean, it was a nasty place. I literally had Jaguars back in the late 90s say it's a scary place.
I remember that.
Like, even as a player, that black hole hits different in Vegas, doesn't it? Doesn't feel like that black hole is there. Now, look, the NFL has changed so much when it comes to, people traveling, right? I mean, fans travel now. That's a new that's a relatively new phenomenon. But man, I was just thinking about how different the black hole, quote unquote. And if y'all don't know I mean, everyone knows what the black hole is, no? I think they do. I mean, that it was the old Oakland Coliseum back in the day. I mean, those people were crazy, man. Right? I mean, it looked like literally they brought him in from Alcatraz. They brought him over, brought him across the bay and set him in there.
Had the spikes on the shoulder pads,
the whole
the
thing,
face
man.
paint.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. They almost like became the character that they were. So you won't face that. You also look. We get a step back here a little bit from what we've looked at in the 2 weeks going to the bye, but. Man, step backs be damned. You look around the NFL yesterday and don't take a daggum thing for granted. Kind of blowout Sunday, though, wasn't it? Kind of I was looking forward to just kind of settling in on Sunday and enjoying at least some drama, not having to live and die with how the home team fared for a week. And it was just it was a kind of a blowout kind of day. Man, what an embarrassing day for the Atlanta Falcons, huh? You got those pitiful Dolphins coming to town. The Kirk Cousins train is officially gone off the tracks with Michael Penix Jr. not able to play. But the Dolphins went into Atlanta and they won 34-10. They were just blowouts. Dallas gets blown out at Denver. The story really in the AFC are these three upstarts don't look like they're going to be slowing down. The Colts are playing really good football behind Daniel Jones. The Broncos playing really good football behind Bo Nix. And more than any of them, the Patriots and what they're getting out of Drake May, that's the number one defense in the league that rolled into New England yesterday. And the Pats just up and down the field, man. And so those three teams, the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Colts, are filling that void that was left primarily due to quarterback injuries, was left by Cincinnati and Baltimore. The Chiefs got off to a slow start. They're finding themselves. They'll play on Monday Night Football tonight. Suddenly you have a Washington Commanders team in the NFC Championship game a year ago. Feels like their season is almost on the line. They take a sub-500 mark into Monday Night Football tonight. They won't have Jaden Daniels. So just a lot to review and kind of get set for a second half for the Jags, and certainly areas that have to be improved on. I mean, it doesn't take it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, right? And we'll talk a lot about where the Jags sit here moving forward. The areas they've just got to get better. The one thing that I can say about this offense, and I'm going to move on to a couple other things here, and we'll circle back. It is disappointing that Liam Cohen couldn't come in, wave a magic wand, and our quarterback be playing like he's been playing in the offense for a while. You don't need the layback excuse of having to have X amount of time. I mean, for Pete's sakes, Daniel Jones has been in Indy for like a hot minute. He's playing good football for them. Drake May is just finding his feet. These are young players. Hadn't taken them forever to get up to speed with this new coordinator or that new coach. So the fact that it wasn't a quick take, and we have detailed the variety of reasons that this offense has seemed to have just completely hit the skids the last couple of weeks. But whatever those reasons are, the fact that we're not seeing better, more cohesive football right out of the gates is a bit disappointing. Look, some of these quarterbacks that are flashing have taken the right amount of seasoning, the right coaching. The you think of the Darnolds, the Daniel Joneses, the Baker Mayfields. Others hit in apparently a really good situation, and we'll see. 2 or 3 years ago, Trevor was that guy. He's fallen back. C.J. Stroud was that guy. He hasn't played like he did as a rookie. Jaden Daniels last year was everyone's next Lamar Jackson between injuries and just okay play. He's the Commanders are where they are. Be nice with a week off to really figure out what's working, what's not, and everybody do their dadgum job. And let's see if we can have a couple of games where everyone is doing their jobs. And we're not even talking about the defensive side of the ball yet, but just offensively, right? Don't commit penalties. Block who you're supposed to block. Catch balls. Deliver them on time. This is football 101, man. This is ABCs. Block who you're supposed to block. No one's asking for 10 seconds for your quarterback. Let's get a chance to put a foot in the back of to put the back foot in the ground. Let's guys get open and most importantly catch when it's delivered. The easy ones and the hard ones. That's what's happening. Daniel Jones had a great day yesterday. Did you see the catch by Michael Pittman?
Oh, I saw it.
Right. That just kind of blends into Daniel Jones' awesome day because he's got a guy there who's just pulling the ball out of nowhere for a touchdown grab. Let's make the easy ones and the hard ones. Let's get the second half off on a good roll. With this game. Is it Houston after Vegas, E? I want to say they go to Houston after Vegas.
Hold on.
Yeah. The Texans put it to the 49ers pretty good yesterday. So that, these are two games on the road that, especially the way the culture is pulling away, man.
Houston after Vegas.
Yeah, you got two road games in a row here. I would suggest that Vegas is the more winnable of the two. Obviously, they're both winnable. That's the NFL, right? So, lots of Jag talk as we get set for a week that will include Florida, Georgia, coming up Saturday at the stadium. The football and the pageantry and the libations and the history and the legacy make this game such a unique one on the college football schedule. Unfortunately, this is one rivalry. Like, Florida's had stretches of I'll just use the Gators as an example. But Florida, and you could use Georgia as well. But I'll use the Gator example because I'm more expert on that one. Florida's top rivals are their top rivals in many ways, and the rivalry is stronger when both teams are good and there's a lot at stake, and they're each top 5 or top 10. Florida's gone through stretches with FSU for 10, 12 years where that was the case. Tennessee, that was the case in the 90s. The Florida-Georgia rivalry is every bit as rich and thick as those, but one team or the other seems like they're out of it most years. Not entirely. I'm not here to say that, but for a rivalry to be as heated and hated as this one is, it's gotten there without a ton of consequence involved in the game. And I'm not here to say or to forget all of those times, especially for the old Gators, where a win over Georgia and Jacksonville would have gotten them an elusive first SEC, through Mark Richt's years where he was always an eyelash away from success. But it hasn't been like, say, what Georgia-Alabama, what that rivalry has been. And look at all of the huge games those two teams have played. It's strengthened that rivalry. It has made it what it is as we sit here today. And this Florida-Georgia rivalry, again, I'm not saying exclusively, but for the most part, one team or the other is not doing their job. One team comes to town 500. The other's pointing toward running a natty title. This year, obviously, it's Georgia, who still has their focus on the college football playoff, and it's Florida, who is, I can only use one word to describe a football team that is going into the game with an interim coach because they just had to fire theirs midseason. I would use the word reeling. Florida football is reeling. The offense hasn't done a dadgum thing since the opener against High School U. They've finally had to fire their head coach. And now, by the way, that whole scene looks a little bit different this morning, doesn't it? I tell you what, we're going to see a lot of rankings the next few days of these Power 5 jobs that are open. And now there are, in case you missed it, 3 big ones open. They don't play at LSU, man. That's a tough job to take. They do not play. It starts to go south, and you're gone, man.
They keep it a certain standard over there.
They fired Brian Kelly,
Yes.
man. They just fired his A.
Feel like he just got there.
He just got there, and he hasn't been now, they haven't been to a playoff, and, they've had chances and lost games. But I tell you what is the darndest thing these days in college football especially. You're better off having no preseason expectations. Because, buddy, if they put you up there in that top 5 and you start that way, I'll remind you that Penn State, who has fired their coach, were as high as number 2 in the polls this year. LSU just fired their head coach, was as high as number 3 in the polls this year. And, man, it went south in those 2 spots. And each program, but especially Brian Kelly got there when Billy Napier did. And they're going to go out at the same time. One had a lot more success, but listen, this thing was never a fit, was it? From this joker down there at the basketball game using a fake accent to his constant, bickering with the media. Brian, listen, the kind of coach who puts it on his players and yells at his players and is not afraid to, often, it may not be inaccurate, criticize his players post-game. That coach, by the way, has to win at a high level. You can be that coach. You can. But you better be going 11-1. You better be playing for the SEC title. You better not be getting blown out by Texas A&M at home. And apparently yesterday in Baton Rouge would make one hell of an ESPN 30 for 30. It'd make for one hell of a doc because the day started with Brian Kelly going to make changes to his staff, and we got to get things going in the right direction. And he had a meeting with the AD, and look, just going by Brian Kelly's prickly style with the media and publicly, the meeting with the AD didn't go well. And the whole tenor and tone changed, and Kelly apparently went home. And by mid-afternoon, there were people on the LSU staff saying, man, I don't think he's going to survive this. And the governor of Louisiana got involved. The governor tweeted out after the loss to Texas A&M. It's a different deal now, man. I don't know why. We put too much stock in social media opinion, right? Like, if you're LSU, you got to be your own entity. You can't be reacting to tweets. I don't care if they're from OBJ or Nick Saban. But the governor got involved. It just went worse as the day went on for Kelly, I suppose. And apparently in negotiating terms, the buyout on that baby is just significant. And by the way, the LSU athletic director, head on a swivel. I think Scott Woodward is his name. The biggest buyout in college football history is currently going to Jimbo Fisher, okay, E.T.? Now, The second biggest buyout in college football history is going to go to Brian Kelly. You know who hired both those guys?
Oh, this
guy,
wow.
Scott Woodward, who was at Texas A&M, is responsible for that debit, and now at LSU. So, point being, this who you want to pick your coach? He's left the last 2 coaching hires this dude has made. He's left his programs $120 million in arrears.
Ooh.
Just on buyouts, really 130. So now the Lane Kiffin situation just gets even more dramatic because immediately he becomes top candidate by all accounts at LSU. If Lane Kiffin is leaving Ole Miss, I think he would leave for Florida over LSU. And by the way, we can sit here and arm wrestle and tongue battle. I mean talk, settle down, about which of those programs is the better program. There are pluses and minuses on both sides for LSU and Florida. They're real similar, if you ask me. But I will say this. If you're a coach looking to go to one of those 2 places, at Florida, you saw him show extreme patience in the last guy and giving him everything he needed to be successful. And bottom line, they just ultimately had to go in another direction, it would be completely looked at as coach's fault. And at LSU in that same time span, man, I mean, Les Miles starts going wrong, fired. Ed Orgeron starts going wrong, fired. Now Brian Kelly, you didn't meet preseason expectation, fired. If you're going to a place that has a preseason expectation every year of top 5 and playoff berth, and they're going to fire you when you don't reach it after a couple of years. And by the way, anybody here think that Brian Kelly was going to ultimately lead LSU to a natty? Didn't feel like it. But man, there's some power programs. Like the Gators have been riding this "our coach stinks" train for a while. But what has happened at Penn State and Louisiana State this year is remarkable. I mean, 2 highly successful coaches, multiple double-digit win seasons, who've gone up the chain to get where they are at LSU and Penn State. And Brian Kelly and James Franklin now both fired, and it leaves 3 big jobs out there with Florida. And we haven't even gotten into the Oklahoma States and some of the other, but Florida, LSU, and Penn State now, it's a good time to be Lane Kiffin. You're going to get max offer, especially if a bidding war breaks out between LSU and Florida. So the dynamics of that and how it affects things. We got Fred today, E.T.?
Say again?
Do we have Fred today?
Yes.
Yes, the Monday morning running back. So we'll talk Fred Taylor coming off the bye, point ahead to the Jags coming up this week. We lots of football talk, lots of the coaching carousel, get into the nuances of Florida, Georgia coming up this weekend. The World Series, it was always the Dodgers, 1-1 now after Toronto did win Game 1. This Yoshi Yamamoto has given the Dodgers some big-time pitching in the postseason, and it's awesome to see somebody swim up current and be willing to put them out there and go 9. Been really refreshing. This dude's gone 9, I think, now back-to-back games. So credit to him. And there's lots of superstars out there in L.A. for sure. But in this era of pitching where you can't get a dude through 4 1/3, for Yamamoto in big situations now, that's a must-win for the Dodgers. You don't want to go down 2-0, have to go home and sweep or risk just, one loss when you go back to Toronto. These series and the way they set up, man, they create instant urgency to stay on track, even though, according to form, if you fell 2-0, that's exactly where the series should be. It was a big win for the Dodgers, and I would suppose puts them awfully close to wrapping this thing up when they go back to L.A. So anyway, lots on our table here this morning. The text line will be open to you here, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. It's a next-gen roofing Monday. There's a partner for you. There's the teamwork that'll make the dream work. If you've got a roofing emergency, or maybe it's just time, call my boys from Next Gen Roofing. Get them out there. Get a good look at it. They got some deals combined with us right now that you can save if you have roof work done. And look, it's one of those things, kind of like my friends at Custom Tree. You may not need them now, but when you do, instead of going, firing off through the Google, you'll remember, hey, man, I remember my guy Pross told me on Monday mornings for now months. It's Next Gen Roofing and nextgenroofing.com. Back with more next. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
How does it feel to throw an NFL touchdown? Find out from a guy who's thrown 89 of them.
I'm David Garrard on 1010XL.
Mondays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Restored by Resto Pros of Northeast Florida.
This is your escape. This is your next adventure. This is Mazda, and this is Mazda at the Avenues. Lauren Brooks here. Right now, purchase any new Mazda model, and Mazda at the Avenues will match your down payment or your payments for 1 full year. Plus, every new Mazda comes with 3 years, 36,000 miles of maintenance at no additional charge to you. This is luxury, and this is the start of something new. This is Mazda at the Avenues. For complete details, call 904-430-8047.
Hey, First Coast, it's your boy Leon Searcy, your lemon pepper guy. Back and better than ever for Wingstop. You know I can't resist those crisp, flavorful wings that make your taste buds dance. Wingstop just opened a hot new spot on Jeremiah Street in Middleborough. There's 17 locations, now serving up the most mouth-watering wings in town. And my all-time favorite, lemon pepper. Try their new quick and easy ordering on the app and swing by today for fresh, hot wings made for you. Only at Wingstop.
He used to cover the Jags. Now he's a CBS Sports senior NFL writer.
Well, I believe you got everybody's attention.
He's Pete Prisco. Friday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During our fall savings month, get 20% off your replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, or 0 interest for 12 months. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer ends October 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH, Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
So Lane Kiffin has one of them agents, a guy named Jimmy Sexton, about to get fatter. What's 1% of a zillion? Nobody's going to enjoy sitting in that catbird seat more than Lane Kiffin, is it? Completely just soaking all this in. What a nice win they had at Oklahoma this weekend, and now with the LSU job open, I don't think Penn State was really in on Kiffin. I feel like they're kind of looking in a different direction.
Yeah.
But I promise you, this LSU Florida, they're gonna have to get an answer from this dude at some point. And why would you give one? Sure. What do you got? What can you do for me?
Ooh.
You feel like LSU will be more aggressive? It's time for Scott Strickland and the Gators. It's time to put your money where your mouth is and say, we're coming back to big-time college football. And now the perspective and the belief is if you swing and miss on Lane Kiffin, then you're finishing in second. Now, if he stays at Ole Miss, okay. But if Lane Kiffin is coaching somewhere next year that's not Ole Miss and not Florida, you have failed again. You just have. It is about as unanimous among a fan base for a coaching target as I can ever remember. And Florida's had quite a few. This is like the most, yes, that's who we want. That's who we've wanted. And maybe Urban Meyer was bringing a little bit of that vibe back in the day.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, that was the Florida Notre Dame decision, and Urban chose Florida. It looks like by all accounts, Lane Kiffin is going to have his choice of LSU and Florida. From the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, even Brian Kelly doesn't like Brian Kelly, so maybe that's a problem.
Dang.
Yeah, I guess he got mouthy with the AD. He's going to change coordinators, and I could see that. That same testiness that you see in the media. It never lands right, does it?
Never.
It just doesn't. He just doesn't land. He never sticks the landing, that guy. And so I don't know that much about him. I think he's a pretty good coach. Looking at what he's done, not a great coach. He had the opportunity at Notre Dame. He wanted to join that week-to-week competition of what SEC football's all about, and chewed him up and spat him out. He gone. So we'll see where Brian Kelly lands, and we'll look. Speaking to almost the unanimous voice of Gator Nation in wanting Lane Kiffin, he's just checking all the boxes of what the Gator legacy guys are saying they want. Tim Tebow. You need a guy who can re-engage the fan base. You need a guy who's offensive-minded. You need swag. Steve Spurrier. Lane Kiffin's a heck of a coach. A guy that can move the ball. The guy can play offense. I mean, he's checking all the boxes down to his well-stated admiration for Coach Spurrier as he was coming up through the ranks. I mean, that was his idol. It's why he wears the visor, the whole thing. I mean, it couldn't be any more laid out there. We'll see just how much of a fly in the ointment the LSU opening. Still finalizing, by the way, that $54 million buyout. If I'm Brian Kelly, I'm not taking a penny less. You jokers are writing up these contracts. You can pay me. I'm willing to stay and figure it out and turn it around. I think we could go 11-1 and win it all next year. You guys don't. That's fine. But it ain't going for 42. Or let me finish the job. That's what I want. I want to finish the job.
That's what I signed for.
Right. So I get that part. And then, especially a guy like Kelly, who, again, man, don't put Brian Kelly in the Billy Napier school of failure here, dudes. Now, Kelly's failed. But I'm not going to go back. I know he's like 35-21. Billy Boy down there wasn't even 500. One of his biggest wins, ironically, over Brian Kelly and LSU last year in the Swamp. Look, we're going to go through the NFL schedule. A little bit more. Kind of from a game by game. Some interesting storylines developing here. We had a fun Monday nighter last night where Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers hosted his old team, the Green Bay Packers, and it was the Packers who flexed. They're 5-1-1. And quite frankly, Love outdueled Rodgers. He is the successor there, obviously, to Aaron Rodgers. Won 4 MVPs in a Super Bowl in his time in Green Bay. In fact, leading up to the week, it kind of came out when he retires, he'll retire a Packer, and that all makes sense. The Steelers had a lead. It's like 16-7 even at one point. And the second half, Green Bay turned it on at one point. Jordan Love had completed 10-12 passes in a row. So last night's Sunday nighter goes the way of the Packers, 35-25. Steelers, after that 4-1 start, now 4-3. They've lost back-to-back games. They lost to a Cincinnati team who, do you believe in miracles? Hey, Jets, what was that, man? Hey, Cincinnati. The Bengals had a big lead over the Jets. I think 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, not once but twice. Hey, Al Golden, Bengals defensive coordinator. The Jets won the game, and then they let the Bengals take the lead, and then they won the game again. And that's Justin Fields and the Jets, by the way. Fields had like a 99 passer rating, was effective against that Bengals defense, especially late. They didn't do much for much of the game, and then exploded late. And I bring that one up specifically because it is the Jets' first win of the year, and that'll do it for the Bengals, right? They got Joe Flacco, thought maybe he could tread water if and when Joe Burrow came back. They beat the Steelers in a big game last week, and now you got a home game against the winless Jets. Yeah, I'd say it's the same thing for Atlanta. Got a good team there in Atlanta, but you can't lose 30-0 at Carolina, lose at home to Miami 34-10, and be worth a flip, man. That Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator that Raheem Morris brought from the Rams, is terrible. And he's the one. Most of these Rams guys are going off and having success in some form or fashion. But yeah, Zach Robinson there with Atlanta has just been awful. They got such talent on offense. The Dolphins' defense was dead last in just about everything, and they never moved the ball with Kirk Cousins. It was, I think, embarrassing is the word. I think that's the word you would go with. It was embarrassing. All right, let's take a quick timeout. A lot on our play here today. We get you up and rolling. It's a Next-Gen Roofing Monday on 1010XL.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
From the edge of your radio to the edge of your seat. Showtime! Feel the excitement of live play-by-play.
And this place is rocking right now.
On 1010XL.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
My dad, Randy Marion, has been in business for 35 years.
35 years of taking great care of your customers.
And our community. It has also been 35 years that my dad has been the king of price.
Yep.
So now's the time to fall into savings and drive in style in a brand new Cadillac.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, drive the all-new electric Optique, Lyric, and Vistique. They're all in stock and ready to drive today.
Come see us today at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
And don't forget,
tell them Jennifer sent you.
Plus tax type title $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
A judge swings a gavel and I pound the hammer. I'm not judging, just hammering. Hammer Time with Hayes Carlyon, weekdays on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL, driven by Kia on Atlantic.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie. For Lee and Kate's Glass, they say you're going to see a big difference. But what does that really mean? It means a live local person on the phone, a smooth, easy process, skilled craftsmen, and excellent customer service all around, with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're going to see a big difference.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple of years ago. Went smooth as silk. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Football season is all about hanging at home and watching the big ball games. Well, if your AC and heating unit is letting you down and keeping those electric bills sky high, think about getting a new energy-efficient AC unit from Florida Home AC. They've got great deals on replacements plus rebates and incentives to make it more affordable. Call Florida Home AC at 777-4300 and get their expert staff to take a look. Football season is all about fun and playing for the win. Make sure you have the winning team on your side with Florida Home AC.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
All right, we're back. It's the Next Gen Roofing Monday. The dream team there, Next Gen Roofing. Whenever you have a roofing need, there you go, baby. So, played a golf tournament the last few days, ET. So, the point being, did a lot of, socializing, a lot of talking sports with a lot of dudes for all weekend long. So, just kind of there's a couple of storylines that overall the conversations through, 3 or 4 evenings and 3 or 4 cocktail parties and that kind of thing. Just a lot of sports talk. So, the two observations I will draw from boots on the ground out there with a large group of our demo that's listening right now.
All right.
2 things. One is, and we talked ad nauseum, I would officially now say that the overall mood on Trevor Lawrence has gone from belief to hope.
Okay.
I think put it that way, right? And there's a margin between belief and hope, but the believers have become hopers. And that's fair based on what we are and where we've seen. So, and I think that's a good way to kind of sum that up, right?
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. And not many, polarizing good. No one's saying, as we've said here, no one's saying you cut and go sign anybody. That's not what. But belief has turned into hope, and that's going to have to be turned around by him and Liam in this offense, and we'll see where that takes us down the road. The second thing that is a big talker is just about the state of college football, and kind of in lines with what Chris Doring was saying last week, how good, quote unquote, the Florida job is because now they're all the same because of the money, right? Yeah. That's a big talker as well. And if you look at, every week ESPN does this little, the first college football playoff poll actually comes out next week. Next Tuesday, I think it is. But ESPN week to week to week with Heather Dinich is suggesting what the poll would look like if it were this week, using all of the, the analytics and the stats and the numbers that the college football committee will use. And look, we know the Ohio States and Georgias and Bamas that are having good years and where they fall. But if you want to argue that your brand name doesn't matter as much, there are 3 teams here that would be safely in that shake up the knowledge of big brand is what you have to be. One is Indiana, who just beat the living stew out of the thing about Indiana. They don't play down their competition. Signetti, Google him. He's done a great job there. And yeah, they're in their league. They have quickly shot up to, at worst right now, number 2 in the conference. And that's why guys like James Franklin could and should get fired, because the guy comes into your own league and in 2 years is waxing everyone. That's why you make the move. That's why if you're LSU, because maybe you get a guy in 2 years that's waxing everyone. If you're Florida, you get a guy who's waxing everyone. So Indiana would be, in fact, they'd be quite a high seed. But let me just go down further. Now think about this: a college football playoff. Okay, Indiana, we already got in. Ole Miss. How many nationally relevant games has Ole Miss played in your lifetime? E? Answer 0. But it's even further down, man. If the playoffs started today, by all supposition, Vanderbilt and Georgia Tech would be in. Vandy 7-1 coming off a win this weekend against Missouri. Georgia Tech is 8-0, undefeated in the ACC without a whole lot in front of them. You know, they're beating teams as they should be. Now, they have played down a few times and escaped, but they wallop Syracuse this weekend, and Georgia Tech is 8-0. They'll finish with a game against Georgia that's going to give them a chance to earn some style points. But Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt would be in the college football playoff if it started today. Man, these hit close to home to me. I grew up a Georgia Tech fan. My dad went to Georgia Tech. They've always kind of been a 500 type program, and every once in a while better. And Vanderbilt has just been the dregs of college football. First college football game I ever went to, E.T., Vandy.
Vandy?
Yeah. First 2 or 3 I ever went to, Vanderbilt. And here they are. Now, look, so the argument made, well, it doesn't matter who you are anymore, right? The Georgia Tech job, you can win just like you can with the Florida job. Not so fast. First things first, if this were any other era than just the second season into a 12-team playoff, these would be nice stories, but it wouldn't look any different than all the other years in college football history where a lesser team has see UCF, see Boise, see BYU, see any team that goes 12-0 and they get a lot of respect. They don't get a chance to win it all. But there are always teams like Vandy and Georgia Tech who can be 8th or 10th. You're not considering them. Look, maybe Indiana. I mean, it's hard to dispute what they've done to this point, so maybe they can shoot it back. But I still, buddy, if you're getting me betting right now, and I got to tell you who's going to win the national title, give me Ohio State, give me Bama, give me Georgia. You know, give me one of them. Give me Oregon. Give me Texas A&M. Give me one of those. Give me one of those big conference. You know, although Texas A&M probably doesn't exactly fit that. They're not exactly, been rolling to national success either. So, anyway, just those 2 topics of conversation, over the weekend. And so, I personally, I think the big brand names are still the big brand names. And even if they all have the same money, I could argue that's going to put the advantage back into the big brand name school. At the end of the day, when you're recruiting the top talent or trying to get the top talent to transfer to you, right? And you host them. And you're in Gainesville and you're trying to get the top recruit, and Tennessee's in town and there's 90,000 people and the pregame's unbelievable and the atmosphere is electric. And then that same player is being recorded to Georgia Tech, and he goes up to watch Georgia Tech play Duke, and there's 38,000 people and there's not a lick of legacy or history around it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, man, I'm going to push back really hard that it's all the same now, and you can win it Iowa State as easy as you can Oklahoma. No, you can't. And with those 3 big jobs now, open be a lot of competition to try and get that right guy. Look, the thing with Cignetti is every time somebody tries to do that, they fail, man. When you're getting a guy from a lower division and then he ends up hitting, you look like a genius, but way more of them are the Billy Napiers and Mike Norvells of the world. They come from a lower level and never get to a consistent title-sitting spot. Now, look, consistent is relative here. Cignetti is in year 2, but boy, they had one of the more impressive performances of the weekend. All right, come back with the football fix. Headlines from the National Football League. It's a Next-Gen Roofing Monday. We've got Fred Taylor today with a Monday morning running back and much more. You are listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is your VSIN Action Update, brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Florida Gators play their first game since the firing of Billy Napier. It's the Georgia matchup at Everbank Stadium Saturday. The Bulldogs are the 7.5-point favorite. 50.5 the total. Baylor a 5.5-point favorite against UCF at McLean Stadium in Waco. Wake Forest visits Florida State. Seminoles laying 18.5, 51.5 the total at Doak Campbell Stadium. Monday Night Football in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs are 10.5-point favorites at home with the Washington Commanders. The Chiefs have won 14 consecutive games as a home favorite. And the Jaguars Sunday 3-point road favorites at the Las Vegas Raiders. Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keystoprogress.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Business owners, listen up. If your plumbing or AC company keeps giving you the runaround, it's time to cut them loose. Call my friends at Duck Duck Rooter. They already partner with some of the biggest commercial operations in Northeast Florida, like the Jaguars and station operations. Their office team makes invoicing a breeze, and their field techs, top-notch pros. Make the switch today. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, visit AA Automotive on Richard Street. For oil changes to complex repairs, AA Automotive is a full-service repair shop for personal and commercial fleet vehicles. Trust AA to keep your ride running A-OK.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL. Served by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
This is Hayes Carlyon, here from a driver who made the smart move to buying a vehicle from Atlantic Infinity.
Hayes, this is my second Infinity, so I knew exactly what I wanted, and Atlantic Infinity made it so easy for me. The GM Dwayne had my new ride ready to go, and I was in and out of the dealership in about 30 minutes. The Atlantic Infinity promise just sealed the deal for me. It's $2,500 in added value, including roadside assistance. I am so happy with my new car.
Atlantic Infinity, Atlantic, near St. John's Bluff.
Northeast Florida Auto, Power Sports, and RV dealers. Tom McMahon is here for Dealer Connect. The nation's #1 AI conference for dealers is coming to Jacksonville October 29th and 30th at the Marriott Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach. It's 2 days of tackling the future of AI in automotive with some of the industry's biggest names. Keynote speaker, Hall of Famer Joe Theismann will autograph items to benefit the Tom Coughlin J Fund. Get tickets now at DealerConnect2025.com. That's DealerConnect2025.com.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically, if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community, and now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's O-K-E farm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
This is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Tired of your hair falling out? Our hair restoration solutions have helped over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. Congrats to former Florida Special Teams ace Brandon James and safety Todd Johnson's induction into the Florida Georgia Hall of Fame. Friday, October 31st, presented by Miller Electric. To attend, go to flgajax.com/Hall of Fame.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, we're back here on the drill. It's the Next Gen Roofing Monday. Just hearing the promotion there for the Gators going to the Florida Georgia Hall of Fame. We'll have Fred Taylor a little bit later today. Certainly be interesting to get his perspective on the cocktail party. By the way, family affair. Kelvin Taylor had a huge game one year against the Dogs and helped pull an upset back in the day. Who did he? Was he with Muschamp maybe? It's hard to keep up. There's a lot of good kids, good players down there. Have not been well served by coaches. through the years. But, yeah, Florida, Georgia coming up, and we've got the Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor talking Jags, and this week a little Gator talk as well as we get you going to college football, which got a lot more dramatic this weekend. More on that moving through this Monday morning as well. Man, really sad news in the NFL yesterday, and if you like to tug at your heartstrings, look at Rex Ryan on set yesterday for ESPN as they were going over the passing of Nick Mangold, just 41 years old, a great Jet, and man, he was choked up, boy, Rex Ryan, who coached Nick Mangold. In fact, he told a story about how he had been, when he had been fired, he was going to be fired, he's playing out the string there, and Mangold was injured and wanted to suit up and play for him in his last game. So, yeah, that was a tough one, just 41 years old and very good player in the league, right? Mangold was a really good offensive lineman back when the Jets were a decent football team. So
that's definitely a recognizable name.
Yeah, for sure. And it's hard. When you're an interior offensive lineman, you better be playing play a high level to be a recognizable name. That's fair. Fire up the band, E. We got a football fix. I'll start with a question for you here.
I'll let you, boy.
Yeah, who am I? I have 1,056 total yards through 8 games, and I've scored 14 touchdowns. Who am I?
Oh, that's Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I'm Jonathan Taylor, and I'm the MVP of the league right now. And Michael Pittman and Jr. and Josh Downs and Daniel Jones should all come and throw like money at my locker after every game because this entire offense is doing what it's doing because of me. Jonathan Taylor, another big one yesterday. He's had three touchdown games already this year. He's averaging 6 yards a carry still 8 games in. He's got 850 on the ground. How about the hands, E? 27 targets, 25 catches.
Shout out.
For another 200 yards. That's 8.2 a pop. And so, yeah, on the season, he's got 850 on the ground. He's got 206 in the air, 12 rushing touchdowns, and another 2 touchdown scores through the air. And I bring this up because the Colts are for real. I would 1,000% pencil them into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the schedule, they're playing that, they got a weak schedule. I look at the next few weeks, man, it just, it looks like it's going to be a playoff year one way or the other. It would certainly seem to be that way. Falcons laid the egg of the weekend. That's just an embarrassing performance against the Dolphins, who, never mind Tua lighting you up. And Atlanta had the top pass defense in the league. The Dolphins had the worst defense in the league, and Atlanta and Kirk Cousins couldn't even move the ball. Shame on the Bengals. I mean, they had gotten some hope back with Joe Flacco and a win over Pittsburgh. To lose the way they did, they were outscored by Justin Fields and the Jets 23-7 in the fourth quarter. Drake May and the Pats looking really good. They're 6-2. The Eagles got a big day from Saquon Barkley, and then he got injured. But the big injury in the Giants-Eagles game was Cam Scatterbo. I just can't see how Brian Daboll survives the year. He's not a terrible coach. They just find a way to lose every week. And now they've lost one of the bright spots. Malik Neighbors is already out for the year. That's a tough spot. Bills bounce back, right? The Bills have kind of been on the skids a little bit, including a loss to those feeble Falcons on Monday Night Football. They went to Carolina and beat them by 31 yesterday. Ravens, without Lamar, get a win. So 2-5. Keep those playoff projection dreams alive. And the Bears see their, was it a 3-game win streak come to an end? 4-game win streak come to an end? The Texans beat the Niners yesterday. Looked pretty good doing it. So at 3-4, they're getting ready for their last stand. They host the Jags in 2 weeks. Bucks beat the Saints, who are just awful. They had to go to Tyler Shuck. I mean, if you're Kellen Moore, at some point you're going to second-guess taking that job, I think. Mention the Colts, in addition to Jonathan Taylor, 24-point, easy win. And Jordan Love, fantastic last night for the Packers. They beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Football Fix, brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin and the home course, the Jewington Creek Golf Club. Hick Arrival and more come your way next. We got Fred Taylor coming up this morning and much more. You are listening to The Drill on a Next Gen Roofing Monday.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. He's not a senior citizen. He's Jacksonville's senior writer, John Osher. And knows your favorite football team. Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views,
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting Jags.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken 180.
The Friday Night Lights are shining even brighter as 1010XL has partnered with Channel 4 to bring you Friday Night Lights, a live streaming show at 7 o'clock every Friday, presented by Farrah and Farrah on the social media channels of 1010XL and Channel 4.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece. Premium flooring, take our advice. Home of business, affordable price. Driveways, pool decks, garage doors, beautiful patios, and more to explore. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Eats to the T here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch? From lunch to late night, only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Stick around after the sunset, and Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites. Come on, somebody.
Tired of roofers who never answer the phone and just use AI?
I'm Morgan Conley, the People's Roofer. I answer every call. No robots, no runaway. I'm born here, built here, staying here. Visit morganconleyroofing.org.
Frank Frangie here for Coyle & Sons Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember the 2017 AFC Championship game when Miles Jack wasn't down? You know what else isn't down? Fences installed by Coyle. Their fences have been standing tall here in Jacksonville for nearly a century. Since 1927, Coyle has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida. If you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle & Sons today at 904-356-4821, CoyleJacks.com. That's C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com. Coyle Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, it's Joe C. When was the last time you flushed out your water heater? Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan. So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Sunrise Heating and AC North Florida. Florida Georgia kicks off 3:30 Saturday at Everbank. RV City parking is sold out. Heads up, stadium construction is in effect, so plan your route. Meanwhile, in the SEC, SSU fires Brian Kelly after a brutal loss to Texas A&M adds fuel to the wild coaching carousel. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 7:01 and it's 70 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller. Stay tuned for the Dan Hicken Arrival and more next right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
How could I ever forget it's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep me silent, so no, you believe the hurt doesn't show, the pain just grows, so stranger to you and me.
You know it! I knew that's what he was waiting for.
Yes, sir! Woo! All right. Yeah. It's in the air. I don't know what's in the air.
Yeah, something.
There's something
Clouds?
Oh, it's something in the air.
There's something in the air.
There's some drama in the air.
Case of the moon days.
Oh, no. Kind of rainy Monday, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing like that to liven your spirits.
We got a toxic fan base in Gainesville, and LSU doesn't.
Right.
Tim Brando.
Right. That's the first thing I thought, because immediately they want – I don't understand either immediately putting the LSU job as opinion over Florida, whatever. That doesn't matter.
Right.
But, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, if I'm a coach, do I want to go to the place they gave a guy more than enough link to prove himself, or do I want to go somewhere where they fire you as soon as you don't meet your preseason expectation?
10-10-9 wins. Obviously not good enough for LSU.
Now,
the guy who should be fired is the AD, who also gave Jimbo the deal in A&M and somehow keeps his job.
$120 million in arrears on his last two coaches.
Now, maybe at LSU he built up some goodwill like our guy because he hired 2 national championship coaches. He hired a baseball coach who won a natty and a women's basketball coach who won a natty, right? Jay Johnston and Kim Mulkey. So maybe that's why he keeps his gig at LSU. But that thing's in the governor's mansion yesterday, getting kicked around.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing?
The typical Brian Kelly.
What is going on in college sports, man? I mean, it's BSC is what I think we've hit. Yeah. Every year it's new levels and
that's something crazy.
Yeah, and every year it's crazy.
This
man.
is
whatevs. I mean, do what you got to do. Listen, and ultimately, everybody, Lane Kiffin's not coming to. Listen, I don't want him to come if you don't want to come to Florida. If you want to be a Gator, then be a Gator. If you don't, then you don't. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm with
you.
I
want somebody who wants to be in Gainesville, who loves the brand, who wants to chomp, who wants to sing the alma mater, who
wants to win a natty.
Wants to win a natty. That's what I want.
Right.
So, and LSU is a great job, but I would dare to say that the expectations there are through the roof.
Well, they're higher than Florida.
Yeah.
Obviously, Florida wallowed around in this misery for beyond when they should.
Okay, not counting Kelly, but the 3 previous all won natties at LSU, right?
And we're all fired.
And all
well, not Nick.
Not Nick.
But Miles and Orgeron.
Yeah.
I mean,
Orgeron got fired like 18 months after winning one.
Yeah. I mean, they don't play there. So, again, if you're, I will say this, and your rationale makes total sense. I want a guy who wants to be there and that mantra, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if Lane Kiffin is coaching somewhere not named Ole Miss and it's not Florida, it's going to be a big L.
Why?
Because it's the most unanimous desire in my Gator life of a fan base and a coach that they want.
I think Spurrier was just as big.
Okay. Well, then he worked out good. I'm just saying right now, there's no split. Every single person attached to Florida that you ask, who do you want to be the next head coach? Almost 95% of them say Lane Kiffin. So if you want Lane Kiffin and the school wants Lane Kiffin and LSU wants Lane Kiffin and gets him, it's going to be an L.
But it's a temporary L. Is Lane Kiffin the best fit for Florida? Seems like it, but
yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. I like the fit of Ole Miss beating top, 10, 15 teams on the road and being 7-1 in the playoff talk.
Yeah.
That seems like a good fit.
I'm not going to be held hostage by an agent there.
I don't. Yeah, I pay him whatever. That's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, if LSU can pay it and we can't, then you're gonna have to tell me why.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. If you want him, you got to get him.
Yeah. Well, LSU paid out a lot more for for this year's team, and
that didn't work.
See Jack Pyburn, and that didn't work.
Yeah.
Patrick Payton and all those transfer portal guys
didn't work.
Kind of fell on their face, but it was funny because I saw a stat recently. It said transfer portal early on, like the first 3-4 weeks, top 8 transfer portal teams all were undefeated, and then in the last 4 or 5 weeks,
they fall off.
They've all fallen.
It's hard to win.
A lot of them have fallen.
It's hard to hit that perfect, mix of talent and chemistry. Got to have some of it.
Yeah. But yeah, LSU is every bit the job that Florida is. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think they're similar.
You can certainly make an argument back and forth.
And the Penn State argument, just from talking to people, from other opinion, is that you have an easier path there. Whether or not that's true, that versus Florida or LSU.
Penn State's a good job too.
100%.
Really good job.
Doesn't feel like that Kiffin is in that, but he might be.
No,
doesn't feel.
No. There's always a surprise though.
For sure.
There's always
doesn't it feel like Drinkwitz will be the guy if it's not Kiffin? Or am I going way just ahead of myself? At some point, you got to start making narrowing here, right?
They're not even close.
You don't think it'll be him?
No, it could be him.
Yeah,
they're not. You said.
Oh no. I'm saying in your own mind as a fan.
Yeah,
I know that they got it. They can't afford to. They got too much season left. But
I'd rather hire Jeff Brom.
Yeah.
More so than Drinkwitz, but
they all have their flaws.
Yeah.
Brom, what I like about Brom, his overall record had been great, but he's been great against top competition. Drinkwitz the other way. His overall record's been pretty good. He hasn't been great against ranked teams, good ranked teams.
No. And by the way, every coach, like you said, has their warts. When Lane Kiffin went for it on 4th and 1 from his own 25 or whatever it was on Saturday, you don't think everybody was like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, I got a text. Is this guy trying to get fired?
Yeah, what are you thinking? Yeah. Now, maybe he said, look, I don't think they can stop us if we don't make this, so be it. We'll score more. And
won pretty easily.
And he won comfortably.
Yeah.
So
it's a nice win. Nice win for them.
It is a good win for them. It is a good win. And pretty much now,
I think they're kind of cruised, don't they?
I think pretty much all the top teams pretty much are locked in now.
It seems like it. Like Indiana doesn't have. Penn State's gone off the rails.
Indiana's
so India has
in.
nothing.
Ohio State's in. Alabama's in. Georgia's in. Texas A&M is in. I mean, all these teams are basically in now.
And it's going to be the filtering of the Vandy's and Georgia Techs, and can they hold on to some of those last spots?
I don't think Georgia Tech is – I don't know who they have left besides Georgia. I know that –
Well, I will give them credit here, especially down the tail end. They're winning the games they're supposed to win. Now, this was the first one that was emphatic.
Yeah.
They've been on the ropes against Duke and Wake and others, but Clemson earlier in the year. No, they don't have anything but Georgia. I mean, I say anything. They've got a – but they don't play Miami. They don't play
Louisville.
I mean, they're already I don't think. Yeah, they don't play. Here's what they got.
I'm just saying. I was looking at the schedules and looking at these teams, and all these teams now have. Like I think Tennessee plays Oklahoma this weekend, and that will be. There's two lost
on the
teams.
bubble. Yeah,
So
you can't,
one of them will be
can't
eliminated.
afford it anymore. Yeah. Tech after beating Syracuse at NC State.
Yeah.
Then they are at Boston College.
Yeah.
Pitt at home.
Pitt.
And then Georgia at home in a game that I bet that they are doing some serious rethinking. You know what that game is this year?
What?
That game's in the Georgia Dome. They moved it. It's not at Tech's home. It's a Tech home game. But they're not playing at Bobby Dodd. They're playing.
Why?
Money, I assume.
Yeah.
But here's the reality. Look, I know Tech doesn't have a strong home field, and Georgia would have half the stands there. But half the stands there is only 25. They're going to have 3/4 of the stands in the Mercedes Dome, and that'll be a home game for Georgia. So Tech here in a year where they've got legitimate hopes have moved their home game and made it a Georgia home game there in Atlanta.
Tech is gonna be 10-0 and lose to Pitt and Georgia.
They could.
To end their
season.
Yeah,
that would be kind of the Miami route. Miami's done that in the past.
It'll be dicey to see if they get in or not.
So anyway, enjoy the Jags.
My point is that I think I think you're pretty much locking in on
it seems like
almost all these playoffs.
It seems like there's 2 or 3 at the top of those conferences. Still, when you do the projection, you've got 5 SEC.
Yeah.
One of those is going to fall off.
Who is the 5? It's A&M. It's Alabama. It's Georgia.
Ole Miss.
There's
another one. Vandy.
And Vandy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's a great team in the SEC. I think there are good teams.
I agree with that.
But I think this year maybe a good team could win it.
And I don't know. I wish I could see Ohio State play 3 or 4 of these LSU, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Georgia, Alabama level teams, rather than just the one I saw them play against Texas, where they look like both just kind of stumbling teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ohio State's schedule is now changed because their conference is falling apart. They don't play Indiana.
Right.
You know, Penn State game's not a game. There's really no one else in the league has stepped up this year, so you're not catching a surprise team. So they're pretty much just going to. Well, they got to play Michigan. Lord knows they don't do great in that one. Did you almost enjoy the Jags off week? I was disappointed. It was such a blowout Sunday. It wasn't a lot of fun watching football yesterday. The games were all.
Yeah, the early games for sure were not great. In the late
games too. Yeah. All 3 of the 4 o'clocks were blowouts.
It was kind of like, to me, it was kind of like, don't lose this game, and a lot of them lost that game. You know, you better, like Cincinnati, you had a chance to climb back in it. Don't lose this game. You lost it. You know,
Falcons,
don't lose this
big
game.
Big loser of the year. They're done.
You lost it.
Their coaching is bad.
Yeah. Texans won their game. That was one.
They had to.
They had to.
Yeah. The Ravens had to.
Ravens made their last stand. So.
Yeah. The Ravens' defense finally played a little. I'm not going to tell you they were dominant, but holding Chicago to 16 is a big upgrade over.
Yeah.
And then they had held the Rams, I think, beat them 17-10. So the Ravens, to y'all's point of thinking they could still be a playoff team, they should get Lamar back. They're in trouble.
I think the Ravens, the Bengals departure, like the Bengals have a better record than the Ravens, but to me, the Bengals are dead. You lose to the Jets at home. You blow a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. I mean, you can't.
Yeah,
it's and I know it's I know it's a week-to-week league.
And by the way,
and as I said, the Steelers are coming back to the pack.
Sure.
So here are the Steelers now with a couple losses in a row.
Yeah, the Ravens 5. There's 3 back in the loss column. Yeah, maybe just out of attrition.
The AFC North. What about? And again, the accountant E. Good morning, by the way.
What's happening?
The accountant should have been walking right onto the field and told him, no. You knew this was going to happen, Myles Garrett. No. I'm. You took the money.
Yeah.
Don't get upset.
You can't say nothing.
You can't say one thing. Not one thing.
What happened? What did I miss?
Oh, he just got miffed. He got taken out of the game. He had 5 sacks yesterday.
Okay.
5 sacks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, he had to. So what was he miffed about?
He got taken out. He got benched. He didn't get benched. He got,
because
there's no point we're getting. Okay. And he slammed his helmet and he got, in frustration, and you could tell
But you like that, don't you? If you're a Browns fan, I mean, you want your guy to want to play.
But what did he think was going to happen?
He probably wanted 6.
Okay.
I
want that too.
Yeah, but no.
Which will be more than our guy has all year, by the way.
No. You can't. No, Miles. You can't. You got to be the ultimate team player, leader, captain of this team.
You got to be out there. You got to be out there clapping them up. Let's go, guys.
You asked for a trade. They threw more money at you, and you took it. And this is Cleveland. So
this is Cleveland.
You know what? You don't have a quarterback. So, get ready for Shador in a couple weeks. But that North is. I'm telling you,
it's a wasteland.
8-9, 9-8 might get you home.
Well, that would be that is the asterisk that would get the Ravens back in it, right? If you're going to be a team that comes back from 1-5, it's going to be because 8 and 9 did it.
Myles Garrett jumps to the forefront with 10 sacks already. Our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day, brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, the Gators, the PGA Tour, and soon to be the Tampa Bay Rays. Go to dreamfindershomes.com, man. They have all these beautiful homes. 15 different locations with interest packages.
15 of them things.
Thank you, E. Like Taylor Swift's exes.
Oh, man.
Yes. Just tell them Dream Finders Danny sent you, and they'll help you navigate through your home purchase if you're a first-timer because, that's what they're there for. Where will Lane Kiffin be coaching next year? Where will Lane Kiffin be coaching next year? Ole Miss, Florida, LSU, or other? Ole Miss, Florida, LSU, or other? 700 votes are in. Ladies and gentlemen, Ole Miss, Florida, LSU, or other. What say you two? Where will Lane Kiffin be coaching? in 2026.
Florida boys stay hot, baby. Like, he's already said it. You know, in Florida, they're going to come up with that bread to pay that man. Florida boys.
I feel like it'll be Florida or Ole Miss. I'm not going to get into the sudden wave that LSU will be the, the designation. But I'm not confident. I don't know. I mean, that one's a hard one. Because I don't know I don't know the kind of money's going to come, what kind of tie to stay at Ole Miss, any of that. But if he leaves Ole Miss, I do think he'll go to Florida.
42% say Florida, 37% say Ole Miss, 20% say LSU, only 1.6% say other. I'm disappointed in you on social media. I got no response from my tweet I sent you this week.
What happened, man?
Luka, Austin Reeves, and Bronny combined for 74 points.
Hey, them boys got Austin Reeves got busy last
He had 51, but 2 nights ago he had 25. Luka had 49, and Bronny had 0.
That's crazy.
They combined for 74 points. I got nothing from E.
Yeah, you ain't going to get that from me.
What happened?
That, man.
No response.
Although somebody did compliment on my Bronny jersey that I wore this weekend.
Did you wear it out?
Yes.
Very nice. Which one did you wear?
The USC joint.
Hey, very nice. See, it pops.
This might be a good one man's trash to another man's treasure, but in contemplate, Brian Kelly might fit at Penn State.
Yeah, he might.
Like he just never was a fit from the family nonsense. Unless somebody made a point. Brian Kelly doesn't like Brian Kelly.
You know what though? He doesn't fit because he didn't win.
Well, that's fair.
That's all. If he had won, he would have fit. I don't like that either. This is the worst fit since so and so. Yeah, if he won, he would have fit just fine. He didn't win enough to appease those people. And by the way, if I'm Brian Kelly, because in his contract, they're haggling over the buyout. Because in his contract, which is he's owed $54 million, I believe.
Yes.
If he coaches again, some of the money comes out. And if I was Brian Kelly, though, I'd be like, yeah, I'm trying.
Right.
I'm trying. Looks like I'm not going to get a job this year, though, fellas.
If I'm Brian Kelly, too, though, I'm not any of these coaches. I'm not accepting your buyout. I'm willing to finish the job. I think we can go 11-1 next year. That's what the coaches think. In fairness to them, did you do it this year? No. I tell you what has become a dadgum shackle, and it used to be a form of celebration and excitement. But keep your AP top 5 preseason, man. Just keep it over there. Start me at 16. I think these guys are victims of their early success. By the way, James Franklin, his team got up to number 2 in the polls. He was fired.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly, regular season now, number 3 in the poll, and he was fired. Don't just put temporary shelving up in those offices, boys. We'll be back with more. We got the 10-minute drill. It's a Next Gen Roofing Monday on 1010XL.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
Well, we hold the coaches accountable, but what about the ADs? Scott Woodward is your athletics director at LSU. He hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M and hired Brian Kelly at LSU. He's a guy who's known to make a splash. He made a splash, all right, and he splashed a lot of cash out of those 2 schools. Both were fired, and the school has to pay $130 million in buyouts, and yet Woodward will hire the next coach at LSU. He still has a job, so the ADs aren't held accountable for their poor decisions while the coaches are. It's a mishmash of craziness in college football, and it happens everywhere, including at Florida, where our AD's on his 3rd hire. So it is what it is at this point going forward. Just hope that each of those schools can hit that home run and find the right guy to fit their program.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Get everything you need to know for your weekend on Pre-Game Friday.
We've saved the best for last.
Who's in, who's out, who's on Upset Watch. And I like it. Pre-Game Friday. Built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times. Can't speak for all of us, but for me, knowing my money's in good hands with ITB Partners, man, I appreciate him so much. Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money. Listen, Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. Experience, expertise, knowledge, compassion. They'll sit there and talk to you and put things in layman's terms over and over again until it sinks into my brain. And I appreciate that, by the way. ITB Partners is a big part of Jacksonville, too. They invest in the Jacksonville community all the time. They will sit there and they will listen and they will build a strategy where your goals become their priority. Don't be intimidated. Give them a call and get started. It's the best time. The best time is the right time is now. That's always it. Chris at ITBPartners.com or call 312-9751, 312-9751. Just know them, ITP Partners. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
You already know it's your main man E to the T here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
If you're ready to transform your yard with a fence that stands out, elevate your curb appeal with Superior Fence and Rail. Superior takes pride in offering first-class service, friendly installers, and unmatched fence products. Mention this ad and get $250 off your next project. It's time to get off the fence and call today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
After our son's shoulder issues were worsening, we took him to see Dr. Snyder at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, who recommended PRP treatment. We trusted Dr. Snyder's evaluation and look forward to seeing him pitch again. For the right care, the best care, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. And now, let's light up the Firehouse Subs 10-minute drill.
Hit it! Yeah! Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. It's called the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, razzle dazzle us. What do you got?
Today I got a $30 gift certificate to Top Dog Tavern. That's classic American fare.
Shout out Top Dog.
And that's in Bartram Park. One lucky winner can get that certificate at the end of the 10-minute drill.
Did you guys see who had 9 carries for 104 yards yesterday?
The Tank.
Tank Bigsby.
Cartavius.
Saquon Barkley ran for 150. Did he get – he wasn't seriously injured, right? He did leave the game. All right, and then Tanker came in.
Tank.
9 for 104.
Tank was running like a wild man.
He hadn't been able to get find the field up there, so
No.
perhaps that will slot him in for more playing time. And we got 200-yard games this year from ETN. I am more than a little surprised that Tank Bigsby went 9-104. He was in the doghouse up there. It's like the first game he fumbled 2 punts or something.
Kickoffs or whatever they are, yeah. Yeah. Well, the interesting thing with Philadelphia is that A.J. Brown didn't play, and they looked much better offensively.
Yeah, that's like the overreaction. But they better without him kind of thing.
Yeah, but, you do wonder if, they get forced to do different things and, spread it around and not have to worry about, he can say what he wants, but the bottom line is he's very diva-esque, and he wants the football
For
all
sure.
the time.
Yeah. I look, the way they play football, they don't have to have 2 great receivers.
Y'all see Diana Rossini's report this weekend? BTJ on the trading block.
Yeah, I've seen it. I didn't necessarily know that she had reported that, but I guess the Jags would, quote, take calls. Well, now why that – this is where I get confused about the trade market, Dan. I mean, if you were going to go get Brian Thomas Jr., it would be because he's having a great year, right? Not because he's 83rd in drop rate. Not because – you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're taking calls on him. What does that mean? And is that completely accurate?
Yeah.
I've seen the fans now branch off and, this unique trade proposal. And this, how today's media is. You throw your own trade proposal out there like it's something in the works. But look, I'm as disappointed as anyone with Brian Thomas Jr., right? We all are in agreement there. But I'm not ready to trade the dude.
Right.
I'm ready for him to start catching the ball.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, I'm ready for him to play like he played last year.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
two for a guy who had the year he had last year, way in an offense that in total everyone has got.
By the way, who don't you take calls on?
Correct.
So I don't.
Who are you, and in fairness, who are you getting calls on? Who are we kidding?
Correct.
On offense,
right? Taking calls on Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
Yeah, FanDuel came out with who says no, Brian Thomas Jr. to Buffalo for the 2027 first-round pick. I say no.
Right. To get the 30th pick in the draft?
Yeah, I say no.
No, you got to get him right. We got to figure him out. You got to get it figured out and start catching the ball, get a little momentum and, and some continuity. And like we have said, can we just go out and pitch and catch in ABC football, not false start, let's block, let's everybody do their job. Not to perfection, no one does, but to above average. Just for a game and see what we got. We haven't got the offense in rhythm and rolling at all, period, yet.
Right.
And that's the most disappointing thing, that Cohen hasn't been able to at least wave a wand and get some immediate, improvement. We're just kind of stuck in the same place we've been since training camp, it feels like.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway,
we'll
the trade deadline is, I think it's next week. Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I believe.
That's right. It's the 4th.
It's coming.
Same day as the first college football playoff poll is announced.
Crazy day.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Start to finish, right?
So exciting.
Man, this Florida-Georgia game, I don't know, it's hitting a little bit different with the coaching change and the Gators being out of it. And I said this early, Florida's had a lot of rich football rivalries, and Georgia is among them. But when it comes to, highly consequential games, it's lacking. Like Florida or Georgia's, not always, but one of the two seems to be a 500 team while the other is going on to a big year. More often than not. It's not been like the Florida FSU rivalry of the 90s or Florida Tennessee or
one's doing well,
Alabama
one's not.
Georgia.
Yeah.
You want a rivalry where it matters, where the winner of the East, forever it was the winner of Florida Tennessee, not Florida Georgia.
Yes.
And now it's Georgia and somebody else not named.
Again, the fun's gone, it's sucked out of us per usual, and and see what they can do. There's a small excitement level to watch them play without, being
The
chained
anchor.
to the play calling
Correct.
of the
Pulling a
coach
sled.
who shall remain nameless.
I think they'll play better. I am more optimistic about how they play.
Maybe they will.
Yeah,
That would be great.
I don't know what that ceiling will be, but I am more optimistic that they'll play a better, smoother, smarter football game against Georgia than if they would have the same coach they've had for 3.5 years.
Shout out to Pat Bryant. Caught a touchdown
saw
pass
that.
yesterday, Atlantic Coast High School. A pretty catch, by the way. Back of the end zone.
Yes, it
for
was.
the
Very good one.
Denver Broncos, who
they're rolling.
Walloped the Cowboys and really could be undefeated. They lost on the last second plays twice.
And one of them they gave back to the Colts.
Yeah, so they're legit. They're legit. The Colts are legit. You start looking at these NFL teams, you start saying, man, the Colts as expected, we all thought they would handle the Titans, and they did. They took care of business and walloped them. And Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the NFL right now.
Yeah, and when he's healthy, by the way, he has been that before.
Yeah.
And so we forgot about him coming off the knee injury there for a year and a half to get back up to speed. But he's kind of having the breakout year that Saquon had last year. 2 years after his injury, he was...
Jonathan Taylor, he didn't get 2,000, right? But he had like 1,800, or did he get 2,000? He's up there. He had a year, right?
Yeah, I don't think he got...
I don't think he got 2,000.
1,811.
Yeah.
Was his
just a couple
21.
Yeah, 21, and then he got.
And they had 2 years where he was hurt. Then he went in 14 games. He went for 1431, and then this year he's
a 100-yard a game guy. He's doing it again. 850 in 8 games.
5.5 yards a carry in his career. 63 touchdowns.
He's fantastic.
He's putting together a Hall of Fame resume.
Yeah,
is what he's doing.
Big time talent. And Taylor wasn't taking top 5 by any stretch.
No.
What was he, like 20s probably?
Yeah.
Man.
Drafted.
Yeah, the Captain Obvious statement of the 10-minute drill, man, it helps when you find the right players in that draft, doesn't it?
Oof.
You draft him instead
Second round, 41st pick.
Wow, second-round pick you got him.
Mm-hmm.
Good gracious.
Yeah.
What year? I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what slappy
first year in Pro Ball was the COVID year, 2020.
2020,
mm-hmm.
so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to look at his?
That's the year that we took Caleb on Chason and C.J. Henderson, so. You know, we've always talked about we could have had CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson. How about Justin Jefferson and Jonathan Taylor?
Oh, dear.
What if we went CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor with those 2 picks with a little foresight? Oof.
Would be pretty good.
Of course, you'd also be broke.
Yeah.
Although running backs don't cost much. That's where you find the good ones.
No, but point is,
yeah.
Colts, and the Colts, by the way, are doing things that the Brady-led Patriots, the Manning-led Colts haven't done in terms offensively. They've scored 30 points or more like in 8 games.
And it's all
these teams have not – none of these great offenses have done what they are doing.
Yeah.
Now, their schedule gets tougher. So we'll get – But
I was looking at the next 3 or 4 games, and they probably look at the Jacksonville game a little different.
Yeah. Steelers, Falcons, Chiefs, Texans. That's their next 4.
Steelers are home or away?
At Pittsburgh.
Falcons are the worst team in the league. And then who?
Chiefs and Kansas City, and then the Texans.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's for sure harder than
then Jacksonville, then Seattle.
Okay.
Then the Niners.
Yeah.
So
maybe they fatten up on the easiest part of their schedule.
I think they play,
but they couldn't. I'm not gonna. They look like they'll go play. They also beat Denver. They look like they'll play those teams.
Yeah,
like they go to Kansas City. It's not gonna be 34. They're not gonna do what the Jags did in London.
They're done with the Titans. They swept them, but they're done. Okay. So we have 2 left with them. So I'm not thinking in terms of catching them. I'm just thinking in terms of
their vulnerability.
Yeah.
Well, right now they look like the best team in football, offensive, defensive, but the schedule and I do know this. We all know this. Man, it can change in 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Your entire opinion on teams and directions will change.
All right. 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. One more time, please, sir.
Come kind, come courteous, come correct. Get you a certificate, actually, to Big Dog Tavern.
What a big dog.
Yeah, that's classic American fares right there. This one is located in Bartram Park. One lucky winner could win a pair of tickets, or actually, one lucky winner will win that gift card. Hit me up right now at 904-641-1010.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Big number 1 Duval Ford is trusted by Duval families, Duval businesses, and law enforcement across Florida. We're Jacksonville's largest Ford dealer by new Ford sales with the biggest service facility to keep everything in your driveway and in your fleet on the road. Shop Big number 1 Duval Ford on Cassett Avenue for our low prices and nationally recognized service-first experience. Big number 1 Duval Ford, proudly serving North Florida since 1916.
Hey, Hickett here for Beaches Dermatology. You need someone to take care of your skincare needs? That's Beaches Dermatology. From hydrofacials to Mohs surgery, they got you covered, man. And Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader, they will be there for you. But they want to remind you to protect yourself, even in the winter months as we head into the cooler temps. The sun comes out. You know what? Keep that sun off you in Florida, in the Sunshine State. Wear those floppy hats. Wear those long sleeve dry fits. Put on sunscreen if you're going to be out there for a long time. By the way, if something does show up, Just go online at beachesdermatology.com. Make that appointment. Find the location that will serve your needs that best. I go to the one off of Solano Road, but there are others that will help you as well. It's beachesdermatology.com for all of your skincare needs.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. If they're paying your salespeople commission, you're starting off in the hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served up by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know Before You Blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
It's time for the Plumbing 411 from Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. It's not just annoying when your toilet keeps running long after you flush. It's also costly because it could waste hundreds of gallons of water a day. A running toilet's often caused by worn-out flappers, corroded valves, or a faulty float. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining will fix the problem fast, which can help lower your water bill. Stop the running and start saving today. Make the superior choice when your toilet won't stop running, and learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, welcome back. This is the drill. Game week back. Jags get back to work. Huge game coming up against the Raiders. They're all big, as you know. We say that around here all the time. Number 1 rated quarterback in the NFL right now, Drake May.
He's been fantastic.
Lamar's only played 4. Drake May has taken off. He's got 15 touchdowns and 3 picks. He's completing 75% of his passes. He's thrown for over 2,000 yards. Drake May has put himself into the MVP conversation.
I think that's
how
fair.
good he's been.
It's a year that's kind of wide open with some of the big names.
Yeah.
You know, Josh Allen had a big statistical year. Mahomes has played well. I still think he could rise there by the end of the year. What about the Patriots schedule? What does that look like? Because, man,
well, it includes the Dolphins and the Jets, which is always good.
Always, that's 4 wins for them.
So I think they're in great stead. I think they're a playoff team. And Vrabel has done a terrific job up there, and it makes the Titans look stupid. So I like it. The Patriots have a bye week. Then they have the Falcons. They do have the Bucks. They have the Jets. They have the Bengals. They have the Giants, and they have the Bills. So, yeah. What are they, 6-2?
Yeah. And what's impressive about them, too, they started kind of clunky yesterday. That was the number one defense in the league they were playing.
Yeah, let's say, yeah, I know.
And you got sacked 5 times and still, had a good afternoon.
Yeah, again, so their toughest games left are the Bucks, the Bills, maybe the Ravens late if the Ravens rally. But, man, other than that, remember, they're coming up. Is it a last place schedule, the Patriots? Weren't they last year? Didn't they have a high pick?
Them or the Jets.
Yeah, so they're in great stead. They're 6-2. Let's say they beat the Falcons at home 7-2, lose to the Bucks 7-3, beat the Jets.
Bucks aren't all that either.
Yeah, 8-3. Bengals, who knows? I'll even give them a loss there, 8-4. Beat the Giants 9-4. They say they split with the Bills, but so what? 9-5. Beat the Jets 10-5. Beat the Dolphins 11-5. Still have the Ravens. They could easily go. They'd be a 12-5 team, man.
10-11.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine them winning the Super Bowl.
No, but they're definitely
on the right track.
Patriots, Broncos, Colts, all teams. Again, it happens every year in the NFL, doesn't it?
And it's just
Jags could be there.
It's hard to. I'm going back through the list of Super Bowl winners, and what's jumping out to me is this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
And let's take Jalen Hurts won last year, and I still don't think we know what Jalen Hurts is. I mean, the guy wins him into 2 Super Bowls.
15 touchdowns and 1 pick
I know,
this year.
right. But we don't.
Fourth-rated quarterback
We
in the
never
NFL.
put him up there with those big 3 or 4, but I'm going to say.
He wins.
Okay, so, to my point. You ready?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, throw in a Nick Foles, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. When or Lamar or Josh Allen, these other guys are coming. When is some quarterback going to become the next guy who gets his team there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Jalen Hurts 52-22 as a starter.
I mean,
in the NFL.
Here's the thing with Lamar and Josh Allen, and they have. I guess their talent is just so unique that they have avoided any pushback at all. But these 2 dudes haven't even been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Never mind win it.
I think with Josh Allen, here's why. I think with Lamar has progressed as a quarterback in the NFL. I think everybody would agree that. He's gotten better every year. He has unbelievable statistics, right? So, and we've seen him get better and better. So I think people and he's a great player. He's a great player. I think Josh Allen gets a little bit, I don't even say a bye, but I think they're both considered great because Josh Allen doesn't have much around him. He lifts this Buffalo franchise up to heights that they wouldn't be. If Josh Allen wasn't on that team and
Daniel Jones
was, they would not be.
No, they'd be 3-5.
Yeah. So I think that's why Lamar and Josh Allen get sort of.
And and by the way, I think NFL quarterbacks who are good that's how it should be. And by the way, those aren't the right names to be questioning. I will say Lamar though has taken more heat than Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Right, as far as his ability, like Lamar, they go so far with Lamar as to say his style or he can't win the Super Bowl. We've heard that before. I don't think people are still on that opinion. I mean, he did more than enough offensively last year in that Bills game. But the real story of the whole thing is that these 2 can't beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
they can't beat the Chiefs.
Well, the Chiefs have been to 7 straight AFC championships.
And the Baltimore and Buffalo, the only team that beats the Chiefs is what? The Bengals? Who else beat them?
Is this right? Does Jamar Chase have 70 receptions this year?
7 already?
Well, he had that one game where he had 100.
I think he has 70 catches in 8 games. That's a lot of catches.
Yeah,
man.
there are some prodigious stat lines out there.
Wow,
some impressive stat lines.
Now he's only got 720 yards, 5 touchdowns. So
where are we on the worry scale for the Jags now that we've had 2 days and we're over the shock and awe of what happened in the last 2 weeks? Where are we at right now? Let's come back on the other side and talk about, like, where are you really at? Like, where's your confidence going into this Oakland game, say, versus where it would have been coming out of Kansas City? Because this is treacherous, these next 2 games.
No,
you best approach this game like it's a playoff game.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that and more as we roll on. We got Fred Taylor today, the Monday morning running back, and talk Jags and some Gator Georgia. When it comes to Fred's perspective, been a family affair for the Taylors through the years.
Yeah.
Kelvin had an unbelievable game against Georgia and leading an upset one year as well. It's a Next-Gen Roofing Monday. They are our partners. They should be you. That's a team that you can count on for all your roofing needs. It's Next-Gen Roofing and nextgenroofing.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Take that game with you.
What a turn of events!
Radio play-by-play is where you are. 1010XL.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY and take the fear out of the fight. Offices, Jacksonville.
Kiffin here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
I know 2 brothers whose minds are always in the gutters.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kevin.
We are the Good Brothers.
That's good with an E.
From Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
We install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, plus we repair and replace roofs, pool enclosures, and super gutters.
We are the Good Brothers, veteran-owned and local.
Visit goodbrothersroofsandgutters.com.
License number CCC 1334384.
Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Kiffin here for Zero Res. Are you scared of ghosts? Of course you're not. They aren't nearly as scary as some of the things that Zero Res sees in those air ducts straight out of a horror film filled with spooky ducks. Gross dander, creepy cobwebs, which is why Zero Res is here to banish monsters hiding in your vents. Don't be afraid of ghosts. Be afraid of what's in your air ducts. Call Zero Res today and take advantage of our October special. Mention 1010XL. They're offering 15% off duct and dryer vent cleaning. Zero Res. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Since 1901, generations of skilled union workers have built the backbone of our community. Hospitals, schools, the buildings where you work. Every year, a new apprentice class of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians is stepping up, trained, driven, and ready to do great things. They're not just building our city, they're building their future. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to become a member or contractor today.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. You know that other Frangie? Well, he's my dad. But I'm here to tell you about how much I appreciate the Awaken 180 weight loss program and how it's changed my life. Like a lot of folks, I let myself go a little. Not proud of that, but it happens. And I wasn't sure what to do. I've tried a lot of other weight loss programs, but they just didn't work. Not like Awaken 180. Can you believe I've lost 70 pounds in less than 4 months? With Awaken 180, there's no medication, no shots, and no side effects. And best of all, really fast results. You eat the food that's provided, and it's really good food. You work with a coach on a regular basis who guides you through the whole process. I'm never hungry. In fact, I never feel like I'm sacrificing anything. Just living a totally normal life. That's my new normal. And now, in October, they're offering free consultations. So there's no reason not to call them and learn more. Call them at 844-346-1800, or you can visit awaken180.com. It really has changed my life, and I bet it'll change yours too. That's Awaken180.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, welcome back. We're heading into the break talking about the where you are confidence level wise with the Jags. I would say ask me Sunday at 4, or is it a 4 o'clock game Sunday?
I think it's a 4 p.m. game.
I say ask me Sunday at 7 o'clock, and I'll tell you.
I mean, you can ask about halftime for real.
Yeah, well, no. I'm sorry, but you guys have dodged the question in your opening
That's my answer.
So that is an answer.
Yeah.
The answer is you're not confident at all.
No, I'm not.
If you're having to wait until halftime of a game against
I'm not confident.
against the Raiders, who can't get out of their own daggone way so far this year.
When you say what's the confident of what?
Winning the game.
Oh, winning the game?
Yeah, winning the game.
I would take the.
I'm more leaning towards we'll win it.
Yeah, I would pick the Jags.
It's just the way that they played last time we watched them, and I'm hoping. I just want to see how they're going to recover from that.
Yeah,
because that last game,
Yeah, it leaves a real bad taste in your eyeballs, is what it does.
No, I think the Jags will play much better. Now, look, the Raiders had a week off too, and they know their season is, and they're at home, so there's those factors.
And them boys think that they can beat us.
Oh yeah,
they definitely think they could beat us.
Absolutely.
They're being outscored by 77 points this year. Their 103 points is the lowest in the AFC. They've really struggled. Ashton Genty has not been all that. He's had a good game, but the real problem there has been Geno Smith, and that was not a good trade.
No.
I'm trading out of quarterback. That was just not a good direction to go. They'd have been better off just signing Darnold.
Yeah.
Right? And because Geno has come over, he's been a turnover machine. I would like to think that they would play more into what the Jags' strengths were when they were winning this year. They were forcing a lot of turnovers. Well, Geno is going to give them the ball.
Yeah.
That he is not going to go back to pass 30 times and not throw to us.
Geno's got 10 picks.
Yeah, 10. I mean, He's like
leads the NFL. Him and Tua both have 10.
Yeah, so the turnovers should be there. How have they been in protecting the quarter? The most damning stat now.
Geno's only been sacked 19 times.
Yeah, well, the Jaguars are that's the most damning stat that we own right now.
What's that?
The pass rush is 8 sacks we have, boys.
Oh, we have 8.
Yeah, we have 8 sacks all year long.
Oh, yeah.
With a defensive end that we're paying like a franchise DN.
Oh, yeah.
With a number 1 pick on the other side.
Yeah.
With a big money invested in the interior with Armstead, we can't get to the quarterback.
No.
Man, it just doesn't matter who the regime is, does it? We cannot go find legitimate, consistent, year-over-year pass rushers because Allen has flashed, but year-over-year, when you pay that guy, you want Max Crosby, you want 10 a year. A good year, you get 17. A bad one, you get 10 and a half.
Right.
We got 8 sacks, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't jibe with how the defense played, at least there. But now let's don't get it. The defense is not good at all. Our defense is not good. It's terrible.
We have less sacks than Myles Garrett, Brian Burns, or Byron Young.
Right. That's like when you have less sacks than other individual players, when you have an individual receiver that has more drops than whole teams, you got some big flaws there.
Yeah.
But we got to get to the quarterback at some level. And by the way, there's not a lie that can be told bigger than they're affecting. No, they're not. They're not even affecting the quarterback.
No, not the last couple weeks.
No. So don't even say, we're close or this or luck. No, it's not.
No.
I'm watching these other teams that get to the quarterback, and they get to him like we're letting teams get to our quarterback.
Yeah.
Like immediately play thrown off schedule. We haven't done that at all. Every play a team's run against us, it felt like, has stayed on schedule because of that lack of pass rushing. Where's it going to come from, Dan? It's not coming from anywhere. What? This just in. They have 8.
The trade market, maybe.
They'll finish with 21. Why would it be any different?
Yeah, I don't expect it to be.
Yeah.
You can't. So those are the things that cause concern, though. We're not protecting the quarterback. We're not running the ball. All the things that we were doing so well at the beginning of the year, we haven't done the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Last 2 games, and that's what has to go back to playing good football. They did a lot over the bye week. I think the coaches did. I think they, everybody was raving about, Liam Cohen's accountability, and they all like that. And so, we'll see. We'll see how this team responds. In the end, I think this is a team that, again, I had them at 7-10. So if they can get to 9-8, I think they can get in the postseason. Because I think the North is, I think your Bills and Patriots are going to have good records. Those 2 teams are candidates. I think you're going to get 1 out of the North. I think the Colts are going to be in, and then I think there could be 3 in the West. So.
All right, well, let's come back and let's talk coming off the bye week with the one and only Fred Taylor.
We can do that.
Can pick his brain on Florida, Georgia.
We also have Game 3 of the World Series tonight.
Yeah.
So the Jays surprised us all by winning Game 1, but the Yamamoto and the boys said, "Nah, that's enough of that." So we'll see. I mean, look, again, if you're the Jays, you gotta you gotta win. But if you're Dodgers, you did what you had to do, and now you get 3 in LA, and you're the Jays, you got to get it back to Toronto.
Yeah, and I would, if I were guessing, I'd say they wouldn't get it back to Toronto. But if they did, I don't think it'll stay in Toronto long. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I give this Yoshi Yamamoto. It's good to see. It takes somebody from coming over from Japan to give you a good old-fashioned American outing and actually take the bull by the balls.
Done it twice in a row.
Yeah, and go out and throw 9 innings.
Yeah.
Note to all you guys playing travel ball this weekend. That's what a pitcher looks like. The season's on the line. He grabs it. He hustles up, and he pitches you 9 straight for 2 games in a row, by the way. So credit to Yoshi Yamamoto doing what Tyler Glasnow would never do.
Plus, they got Mad Max on the bump tonight.
Yeah. Mad Max at one point was a Dodger, wasn't he, real quick?
First player to pitch for 4 teams in the World Series in his career.
Yeah. How many has he won?
How many games?
No, how many World Series? He won 1 with the Nats, right? Lost the other ones? He lost with Detroit.
Yeah.
Who else was he with?
Let's see.
Dodgers, I guess.
Dodgers.
Did he go to the Dodgers? Probably lost that one.
Yeah.
All right. Freddie T and more. When we return, it's a Monday brought to you by Next Gen Roofing, a perfect partner for you at a time where things are going rough and you need roof repair. Maybe it's time just for redesign or anything else for all your roofing needs and matters. The one that matters is Next Gen Roofing.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, it's D-Rock's Deep Dive into Jacksonville football.
Hey, where's your sense of adventure? Mike DeRocco with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony every Thursday on Jaguars Today. Opened by Lee and Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
When it comes time to sell your home with Chad and Sandy, it's always a good time to sell. You see, Jacksonville homes are selling, but many take months and a low price to sell. Getting top price requires aggressive marketing, and Chad and Sandy Newman are the Jacksonville experts who have proven systems. Proven. That drives demand for selling your home. In fact, it's so proven that Chad and Sandy just bottom line it this way. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. They are the local real estate experts I trust and recommend for the sale of your home. Buying or selling, fast or max cash, Chad and Sandy have the proven plan guaranteed. Anthony and Mary and Palm Coast said we wanted to move back home closer to family. Getting max price more important than a fast sell, but we had only purchased our home last year. We didn't have much equity. After just 23 days of aggressive marketing with Chad and Sandy, they sold our house at the price we needed to make the move. Call Chad and Sandy today, 414-6200.
Hey Jacksonville, Rick Ballou here. Small business owners need trucks and vans to keep your business moving? Jacksonville Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram Westside has Ram 1500s to heavy-duty 2500s, ProMasters, and custom uplifts ready to work. Visit them on Commonwealth Avenue or go online to jackswest.com. Jacksonville Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram Westside, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local partner for work-ready vehicles.
Northeast Florida Auto, Power Sports, and RV dealers. Tom McMahon is here for Dealer Connect. The nation's #1 AI conference for dealers is coming to Jacksonville October 29th and 30th at the Marriott Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach. It's 2 days of tackling the future of AI in automotive with some of the industry's biggest names. Keynote speaker, Hall of Famer Joe Theismann will autograph items to benefit the Tom Coughlin J Fund. Get tickets now at DealerConnect2025.com. That's DealerConnect2025.com.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Mikhail Petrie, a senior football and soccer player at Stanton College Prep. Mikhail is a member of the National Honor Society. He is also an AP Scholar with distinction.
When persistent plumbing problems leave you feeling flushed, don't panic. Call Roland Reich, the one-stop solution for any plumbing problem, residential or commercial. No matter how complex the work, Roland Reich quotes all pricing in advance, so your only surprise is how quickly they'll solve your issue. Whether your pipes are doing a water ballet or you need to hydrojet the whole system, always use Roland Reich Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Sawgrass Asset Management loves this time of year when two decorated teams meet in the world of college football. Every year, we relive the rivalry with great moments from both sides of the big game thanks to Sawgrass Asset Management, specializing in high-quality growth stock and fixed income portfolios for institutional and high-net-worth investors. A Jacksonville company proud to be involved in the community. That's Sawgrass Asset Management. Log on to saw-grass.com to find out more.
Jacksonville, are you ready? The college basketball season is tipping off soon with an epic in-state showdown. The defending national champion Florida Gators and the Miami Hurricanes go head-to-head in the Jacksonville Hoop Showdown. Be there Sunday, November 16th at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena and witness this in-state rivalry live. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. It's Florida versus Miami right here at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, November 16th. Ticketmaster.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Kuhn Flowers. Week 9 sets the Jags versus the Raiders. Both squads coming off byes. Vegas needs juice, but Jacksonville favored by 3. Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence drops to number 18 in CBS's quarterback rankings, third in the AFC behind Daniel Jones and C.J. Stroud. Protection problems that loss to L.A. have cooled his early season fire. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 8:03 and it's 71 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
All right, let's bring in our running back, Fred Taylor, visit with him. Lots of topics to talk about as the Jags get back to work this week and have the Las Vegas Raiders. Fred, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning, Fred. Always good to catch up. We were talking about the importance of this game, and really in the NFL, every game is – the next game is the most important game. You can always make an argument, but for this Jaguar team, the way they've played the last two games, going out to Vegas, taking on a team that has struggled – and having any kind of postseason aspirations, this is obviously a huge game for them, and one that we want to see them playing good football again. They haven't been playing good football. We need to see some of that, right?
Yeah, of course. We definitely need to see some of that. We all want to see some of it. The Raiders are a team that struggle. You just mentioned it. They're 2-5. You know, they don't know which way they're going. They got quarterback troubles. They got defense troubles. It's all sorts of stuff going on. But Jacksonville, you know, in the NFL, you're supposed to win the games you're supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Cincinnati Bengals yesterday. A week ago, Joe Flacco came in, destroyed Pittsburgh. Yesterday, you can't beat a 0-7 or 0-6, 0-7 New York Jets team. So you got to win the games you're supposed to win. Otherwise, you're just a bad team. You got to find a way to stop the 2-game losing streak and bounce back. So no better way than to go out to Vegas, you know, play your hearts out and come back to Jacksonville with a W.
Do you think they feel the urgency, Fred, at this point, or no? Those last 2 games, how do they hit from a trauma standpoint if you're a team, right? I mean, you didn't just lose, especially the Rams game. Your confidence has to get knocked in the jaw a little, no?
I mean, the way the game went,
yeah.
You know, you start to question yourself, but then when you go back and watch the film, it's not always as bad as it seems. I mean, if the Parker Washington punt return doesn't get called back, you have a 14-7 ball game. And, you know, on the other side, when it gets called back, you have a 3-and-out. You punt, they go down and score. Now it's 21-0 instead of 14-7, and you're regaining momentum. So, you know, the film doesn't lie. It's either going to tell you, hey, we're not as good as we thought, or we're not as bad as that last performance. Now, the trend has been the last 2 games, the offensive line looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
They got out physical in both matches. Trevor overthrows, and the balls, when they are accurate, the receivers are dropping them. So they have to find a way to fix that in order to do anything, right? So there are problems on both sides of the ball. But, you know, a week off, man, nice little reset for a nice little push. You know, you got a 2-5 team in the Raiders. You got a 3-4 team and your divisional rival who you already beat this year, who they are having troubles of their own. So, I mean, you know, it's light at the end of the tunnel. And like Belichick used to say, let's just hope it's not a train.
What have you made? Have you got to see much Ashton Genty, Fred? What do you think of the rookie who was, you know, so highly thought of, went in the top 6 there of the NFL draft?
I got to see more.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see more. I think 7-8 games in, you know, you're supposed to sort of be that guy. You know, you're supposed to have shown many glimpses. And I think he had one big game.
He did. Yeah, he did.
I believe.
Against the Bears, yeah.
You know, but again, it just goes to show you what he's up against out there in the Raiders. They're rebuilding. We know what Pete Carroll wants to do. Obviously, he wants to run the ball. Geno has to play better. They have to get their receiving core around them to play better. He only has the one 100-yard game.
Mm-hmm.
Has a 70-yarder in there, which is the next high, 260+. It seems as if he has about 400 yards rushing in 7 games. So that's not where you want to be, right?
Right.
So he has to pick it up. I mean, he has to pick it up. So they're trying to get him carries. Looking at the stats here, they're trying to get him some carries. First game was single digit, and they kind of went up after that. So his ability is there. In a different system, he might be better. Let's just see what happens as the year progresses.
Are you sure you're not related to that running back in Indianapolis?
Is he related to me?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my goodness. What did the kids say? OMG?
Yeah. Healthy, he's pretty good,
uh,
Fred. I think one thing is health. When the running backs are healthy, it can be a completely different version of when they're playing through it. And this guy healthy, man, is about as good as you can play, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, lights out. What did he have, that 80-yarder yesterday?
Yeah.
Just kind of, you would think the safety had him right in the tunnel right there, one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of, slow stutter, and accelerate and just beat him to the sideline. great job of maintaining his balance, tight-roping, right there to out of bounds and taking it to the house. Has spent some time with him this training camp as we did our training camp tour with the Pivot up in Indy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just excited. He was just, say he felt great, happy to be back, and wanted to prove a point. A year ago, he went for over 1,400. Put in games, and he's at least.
Uh-oh.
Losing me? All right. Just put it on hold, and we'll
get him back.
Yeah, we'll just when you get it back up, because we could turn our attention to a question or two about Florida, Georgia for Fred as the Jags come off their bye week. They go out and play the Raiders this week. I was just looking at something. The Raiders don't strike fear in you.
They shouldn't.
I mean, you look at what they've done this year. I mean, I guess Max Crosby is can be a tough out there for an offensive line that has struggled. But
I just see again. I see a team there that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get him back in.
Fred, I want to ask you a couple questions about Florida, Georgia before we let you go, and how unique that game is. You had one of the more unique experiences too, right? You were part of playing it in Jacksonville. You played it, on campus. So just to talk about how different that game was for you as a college player, and how different it'll be for those guys making the pilgrimage to Jacksonville this weekend.
The game versus Florida State was exciting because we knew a lot of those guys. Related to some of them, played high school with some of them, but this is for a battle of between the states. You got Florida, Georgia. They used to have the high school game back in the day, and then you kind of evolved to the college level, and it's UF versus UGA, the greatest, world's largest cocktail party, and they're not short of. They always live up to that hype, that standard. It's an amazing time. I remember. Being there as a Jaguar, outside of having played in the game, just the preparation, seeing the people come in, the RVs and the fans coming in, started, parking and holding down shop from Tuesday until kickoff. Just a great atmosphere across the board. But as a player, you had to hold up. I thought we were obviously better than UGA. My senior year, they kind of came down and upset us. We didn't have a great performance that day, but we made up for it when we beat the Seminoles. But that's another story, right? But having the opportunity to play in the swamp once, between the hedges once, and in Jacksonville twice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't think it gets any better than that.
Yeah.
I got the full experience, and I know over time, Coach Spurrier, he kind of rattled those guys and, shake it up a little bit. And that's what we need. We need somebody that's going to shake things up a little bit, get these guys out there, get them energetic, let them know what the tradition is all about.
Well, it should be fun, hopefully. We'll see what happens. What do you make of this craziness in college? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that hopefully doesn't sound so.
I'm not.
enthusiastic.
No, I'm not that enthusiastic.
You've watched this season along with us, Fred. This is how bad a year it's been. I honestly feel more optimistic that the team will play better with an interim staff just thrown together than with what Billy has just brought to the table week after week for 3.5 years. So there's that.
Well, these guys are in short notice.
Yeah,
they're auditioning. These coaches they're remaining there. They're auditioning. They want to put their best foot forward. They're waiting. They've been waiting for these opportunities to kind of go out there and, I'm sure they aspire to be a head coach someday. They don't just want to be position coaches, for the entirety of their coaching careers. So, and I know it's not a lot. The AD is looking for some, but if I can say anything, I would suggest that we don't leave it in the hands of the athletic director. I think we need football people in there that are going to make football decisions, somewhat of a GM, scout, somebody that can really go out there and make calculated, long-term football decisions and that understand the lay of the land. And not knocking the AD. Obviously, he does great what he does, or whoever the decision makers are in the next hire. I just think it just has to be a football-minded, similar to a former GM in the NFL or somebody with heavy ties to Florida that's been there, we got to bring back our own.
Yes.
And kind of build from inside out.
I love that suggestion, and I fully endorse it. And I hopefully they'll go that route. I know that the GM has become an important part of these organizations as these college teams are now starting to model what NFL teams do because, quite frankly, it's become such a business and there's so much money involved. So I know that Florida is looking hard at hiring the right GM as well as head coach, and the GM hopefully would have some say and some football knowledge as well. So hopefully that's the way that they go, I think. So we'll see.
Yeah, otherwise it's going to be just the sexy hire, the low-hanging fruit,
right?
The hype hire. Like, we don't need that. We need a football person, even if it's somebody on a lower level that's waiting to make a shot. You know, there are many candidates.
Just important.
Maybe they just hadn't been in the spotlight.
Right. Just important to get the right one.
Hopefully we can find our guy.
Yep. All right, my man. Appreciate you as always. Look forward to talking to you. Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys. Do well.
There he goes. Fred Taylor, our Monday morning quarterback. We'll take a break. Keep it rolling. Yeah, I say quarterback.
Quarterback's just by running it.
He could be a quarterback. Or running back. Or a defensive end. Whatever. Commercial.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. The atmosphere of a college football Saturday is electric.
Get pregame news and notes you need to know before the games begin.
It's the Bueller Aaron Plumbing College Kickoff.
Served up by Sonny's Barbecue.
Friday night at 6 on 1010XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan from Checkmate Coatings. Our precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space.
Slam dunk your floors at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Like to learn how to fly an airplane? Well, you're not alone. High Flying Jacko here, inviting you to listen Sunday morning. We'll start your aviation career with a 60-minute ride on the airwaves of 1010XL. The High Flying Show, Sunday at 9 on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here for Coyle Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in '96? You know who doesn't miss? Coyle Fencing. Coyle has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida since 1927. Heck, Coyle has been installing fences since before Emery Bellard installed the wishbone offense. If you need a new fence, I recommend calling Coyle Fence today at 904-356-4821 or visit CoyleJacks.com. Coyle Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Time to get ready for the spooky season by eliminating all that spooky dirt, grimes, and spills with Zero Res. Yeah, call the cleaning freaks. Don't ghost that carpet of yours this fall. Let them get your house looking better, smelling better, feeling better. That's what Zero Res does, man. Right now, you get your entire home Zero Resified from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139, plus a free haul for Halloween. For something scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home, it's in your air ducts. This month, take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Schedule your appointment at zeroesjacksonville.com or call 287-5727. That's 287-5727. And ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, you spell it backwards or forwards, it spells the same. Zero Res.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, Jags fans. Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
One area that you'll look to see if the Jaguars can improve are the penalties, right? That's something that they have to improve on. If they're serious about being a good football team this year, 65 penalties, third in franchise history through 7 weeks, by the way, and the most in the National Football League. Again, the Rams game 13 enforced penalty with a 14th offset by the Rams and a couple more declined by LA. They have to get better on the penalties, right? According to stats websites, the Jags rank as the second worst team in discipline score, while Denver ranks first. So Jaguars got to get better with the penalties. Got to get better with the penalties. Start there, and maybe some good things will happen. And that's your Duval Minute, brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. Lift Power, always on the look for experienced lift truck and dock and door technicians in the Jacksonville area. Lift Power's benefits, 401k, a company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. Lift Power voted one of the best places to work year in and year out. Lift Power is rapidly growing, proudly serving Jacksonville for more than 50 years. Lift Power is family-owned and operated. You can be part of the family. Opportunities knocking. LiftPower.com, the place to go. Check them out, LiftPower.com. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say,
it's a Next Gen Roofing Monday, I'll say that.
we have our winner, E, for
Which
our
one?
free garage door opener.
Oh, that LiftMaster joint.
Yeah.
Is it me? 'Cause I didn't get a notification.
Apparently not. We were gonna wait till they got to 250. The boys took care of that on Friday.
Them boys
on
at
the gram.
279.
279. Very nice. And your winner is Rick, the outdoors athlete on the gram. Rick, the outdoors athlete, is
Nice,
getting a
Rick.
free garage door opener installed for free, by the way. And by the way, if you didn't happen to win, you get 10% off all. If you want to do anything with your garage door, just give the boys at Action Garage Doors a buzz. But yeah, winner is Rick, so congratulations. And we'll do it again with these guys soon. So yeah, it was fun.
Perspective and it's just spin. It's all interesting to me. Whenever a major league, basically a no name, a guy I've never heard of, gets a manager's job.
Yeah.
And today it's Baltimore. Craig Albernaz. So I'm going to ask you a question. Be honest. Did you ever heard of Craig Albernaz before yesterday?
No.
Yeah. So it's just funny to me how part of the description of this move by Baltimore is that they have tabbed one of the game's most well-respected young coaches. Like, what makes you a well-respected young coach in Major League? What could you possibly be doing as a well-respected
connects with the young players,
right? That is any better than the assistant manager at every other franchise in baseball. But Baltimore fired Brandon Hyde in mid-May. They had an interim. They had what you thought was a strong course. A disappointing year for Baltimore.
Yeah,
kind of a Braves year. They had some injuries too, and their expected growth hit a roadblock there. Albernaz was the associate manager for the Guardians, finalist for Cleveland's job in 2023, and then joined him as a bench coach when they instead hired Stephen Vogt. But I thought that was kind of an interesting terminology. What exactly defines one of the great young coaches in baseball? You don't hear about him like you do in football.
No, you don't. And I guess being on a winner probably helps, right?
Yeah, the Guardians are a winning team, and when you're associate manager, I don't even know what that is, Hick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know what the third base coach, the hitting coach, the batting, I know what they all do. What does the associate manager even do?
Yeah. I don't know.
Just learns more about the job and training, so to speak. Maybe. You mentioned the World Series resumes tonight out in L.A. I guess if you're the Blue Jays, you try and win a game and get it home.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do is win one. Win 1 of 3, and the series is where it's supposed to be.
Well, you want to win. You want to win 2 out of 3 in a perfect world.
Well, yeah, but if you, I guess.
Here's the deal, though. The Dodgers, if you can get to their bullpen, you got a chance.
Yeah.
But you got to get to their bullpen. The Jays can hit. The Jays can hit a little bit, so it's just, and baseball's funny, man. The Dodgers steamrolled through the playoffs, right? They were,
8-1?
They lost 1 game to the Phillies, right? They beat the Reds, they swept the Brewers, and they went 3-1 against the Phils. So they were 7-1, 9-1.
Okay.
Now they're 10-2. But, and you never know.
Yeah, I guess what I mean by if you just win 1 game, this series is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're going home down 3-2. That's what home field advantage means.
Yeah.
You get the last 2. I mean, if everyone won their home games, you'd be down 3-2. So get the 1 back that you lost at home. I kind of think they will.
I think it'll go back.
I'd like to get back to 6 and just get some at least drama. I'd love to see the Dodgers choke. Trust me. I mean, sometimes in this business you root for your predictions.
Yeah.
And I'm not rooting for this one at all. Bleep the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I'd love for them to lose. I was excited when they lost game 1, but man, that give Yamamoto credit, man. He has really stepped up.
We are, 2/3 of the way through the college football season.
Okay.
And I am hard-pressed to find a most outstanding college football player in the country. I remain that way. I looked up 3 guys this weekend in my mind that I thought, and I wrote down their stats.
I think I know one, and the stats aren't that great for one of them.
They're not great.
Yeah.
Diego. It's not all about stats, obviously. Diego Pavia of Vanderbilt. Anybody who can lead a Vanderbilt team to a 7-1 record deserves something. Haynes King,
Georgia Tech's
8-0, and Marcel Reed. And
I'm surprised you're not throwing the Indiana quarterback in there.
Well, you should.
But his stat, that's what I'm saying. His stats aren't outrageous.
No, nobody's are. But those 3 guys, and by the way, Mendoza's certainly a candidate. They're all roughly the same. Marcel Reed's stats are a little bit better, Reed a little bit better, but not much. They're all really close.
I can't unsee that Reed game against Florida. It would keep me from ever voting for him as the best player in college. He was terrible that night.
Well, I don't know. So I remain in search of.
It's harder to do this too. It's so hard to judge. You got to be careful when it comes to especially quarterback stats in college football. You got to like the stats will transcribe and transfer over a little bit more naturally at running back and receiver from the NFL to college. Like impressive is impressive. Whereas college football, they got this idiotic quarterback rating that doesn't align with what you're used to, and the strength of schedule, the strength of opponent is so much different.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know. Like I'm going down the. These are if you go to quarterback leaders, passing yards. I got a whole page. What about Ty Simpson? There's a guy. What you did?
Another guy.
20 touchdowns, 1 pick, Dan.
And I watched on Saturday when
who do you
their
think
receiver
would be the
was running 15 yards across the middle of the field, wide open, and right over his head.
You just want to hit them all, man. This guy won't let you miss a pass.
Right over his head. He's off to the house. He's off to the races.
It's so funny you
Easy
say
throw.
Funny you say that because I thought about it on the other side of Daniel Jones and how unbelievable he is, and then I got Michael Pittman making that play on a.
Yeah,
helps your corner, right?
Oh, yeah.
Helps. Never mind the ones you're supposed to catch.
Yeah.
Imagine catching some of the ones you're not.
Yeah. Ty Simpson is definitely a candidate. Fernando Mendoza is definitely a candidate. But
I'm with you. Nobody seems like they're the favorite at all. I mean,
I just don't understand why we don't have to give it to a quarterback.
Well, I don't. Yeah, no, I'm with you. But tell me what running back has grabbed you.
Also true.
Tell me what those receivers haven't stepped up.
Yeah.
For Ty Simpson and Julian Saying.
It's frustrating. They tried to jam. I watched John Mateer. Everybody told me how good he is.
He's just okay.
He's all right.
Yeah.
He's
and Lenore Sellers that began the year, he's backtracked.
Lenora Sellers is
Yeah.
AR.
Yeah.
Part due.
Yeah, very similar. But
somebody's going to take him based on his athletic
he'll get
ability
hurt and not be able to throw. And
man,
I wish they didn't.
And the fumble at the end, my gosh.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No, you
my
can't.
man.
You're going to upset Alabama.
Yeah.
And
you got a shot at beating the Tide.
Game away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point being, if you look at like the top 20 quarterbacks according to the stats, it's a bunch of no names. The only guy, Joey Aguilar at 4th, you'll recognize. Ty Simpson at 9.
Right.
It's nothing there that's compelling. And I don't
know.
Again, I couldn't even tell you who the best running back in college football is, Dan. No one has stood out. Like, there's not even a guy this year that's like, whoa, have you seen this guy?
Right. Jeremiah Love's had a nice year.
Yeah, but I know all about him. I saw him last year. He's not the best player in college football.
Yeah.
That's what you're charged with.
I know.
Who's the best player? You can't. The leader in college football in rushing, all right. The first big name guys, Ahmad Hardy from Missouri. There's no way he's winning.
No, because he hasn't had big games when it mattered.
I'm going down. I got it. The first, to your point, Love is, but again, Notre Dame's 5-2. They need to be 7-0, and him rushing for 1,000 right now, not 750. I'm just trying to find. It's just not happening. There's no running back going to win it. It's impossible for a running back to emerge at this point and win it. None of the running backs on the good teams show up. And, to your point, Cam Cook and Ahmad Hardy and Robert Henry Jr., they're not winning the Heisman. So it's not going to be we're going to have one of these fallback Jason White, kind of years.
It's like I'll give you a thing about Marcel Reed. Like, I think you're off base. I don't think he was as bad as you indicate, but the best player on Texas A&M is that Cassius Howell kid. He's their best player, man. He's got like 10 sacks. I mean, I've watched him a couple times. He's darn near unblockable, But he's got 10 sacks. If somebody was a game wrecker this year and had like 20 sacks or 15 sacks,
might have a chance.
Yeah, but none of those guys are stepping out. So you go, okay, well, but it's hard for me to vote for a quarterback if he's not even the best player on his own team. But the position he plays, and I'm going to give him the Heisman Trophy. Oof, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Then you go, okay, well, what about receivers? Is there a receiver? I mean, obviously, everybody loves, Jeremiah Smith. I mean, he stands out, and he's a guy who, he's a guy that you should always be looking at.
Ohio State has been a victim of playing a BS schedule. I haven't watched them play one time.
Yeah.
I watched them play Texas. Have they played anyone since they played Texas?
But then you look up the guys. I tell you that one of the best players I saw was the kid from Louisville. Bell, I think was his name. I don't know what kind of stats that dude's got, but Chris Bell. He's got 48 catches for 687 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he's right. And like some of these guys won't even get votes.
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, we're reaching
wide
open. There is no most outstanding player in college football. We've just talked around that point. There is no deserving win right now.
Right now.
There's time to win it.
Yeah, there's time.
There is no one right now who deserves to win the Heisman. There is nobody who deserves to say, I'm the best player in college. Like in years past, there's 3 that you have to argue which one deserves it most.
Yeah.
This year, you could argue there's not a single guy who can, with a straight face, stand up in front of a mic and say, this.
Yeah.
Give the pose.
Yeah.
Not a single guy.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Let's take a break. We'll keep it rolling. This is The Drill on a Monday.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwood's the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwood's. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwood's, San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hey, Hickey here with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is the new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results. You want to start with the owner, Brendan. Nobody better than Brendan. He'll talk to you. He'll tell you exactly what he's doing, how he's coating that garage floor of yours. True Jacksonville crews keep prices low. No massive overhead. And they'll coat anything, man. They'll coat your pool deck, your patio, your driveway. Slam dunk those floors. You need more information? CheckmateCoatings.com. CheckmateCoatings.com is the place to go to get all your answers. Find out exactly what you need to do there. Checkmate Coatings. They're your floors missing piece.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served by Tandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
Frank Frangie here. Big Chief Tire offers affordable quality tires for every type of vehicle. Whether you're looking for all-season tires, high-performance options, or something more budget-friendly, Big Chief has the perfect set to keep you rolling. Their expert technicians ensure your tires are installed quickly and safely so you can drive with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and check out their unbeatable tire deals today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosser here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Hi, welcome back to the show. Rocking and rolling here on a Monday. All kinds of sports in the world going on. The Knicks will not go 82-0. Tough loss last night. Disappointing.
The Hawks are exactly what I told you. What is everyone telling me the Hawks are a contender? You give me a break. I told everyone that would listen. Y'all crazy. You're thinking, what did Atlanta do that suddenly they're a Eastern Conference contender? Mm-hmm. Say the same thing about the Magic. Kind of way overblown there. That's the one team that Atlanta's beaten. The Knicks are legit. They've made some runs through the playoffs. They're positioning themselves. But give Atlanta and Orlando all this gravitas is like going to be top 3 seeds with this analytic and that. Mm-hmm. Humbug.
Yeah.
Hawks stink.
Yeah.
You come out right. My team came right out of the gates on the opener with a handy little 30-point home loss to Toronto.
Ooh.
Showed us right away what they were. Then they went and won at Orlando on like Saturday. So nice job, Magic.
Yeah, you're 1-2. You're fine.
And then they came home and lost to Oklahoma. Whatever. They're terrible though. They're not. No, they're not terrible. I don't know who's winning the NBA title, but I can guarantee you who's not.
Yeah. Celtics are 0-3.
The Hawks.
That's one to stick out.
Yeah, now that one they predicted is kind of coming out as they predicted.
Yeah.
Would you have predicted going into the Florida-Georgia game that one quarterback would have a 70% completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, 1 pick, and the other would have 64%, 9 touchdowns, 9 picks?
Oh, boy.
Could you imagine DJ Lagway going into Florida-Georgia would be having the kind of terrible year that he's had? 9 touchdowns, 9 picks, Dan. That was your hope, man.
Yeah.
That was the golden arm that was going to bring you back to relevance.
Yeah,
It's a story of Billy Napier failure, and it's a big story of DJ Lagway failure. He failed big time.
Yeah.
Didn't put in enough in the offseason, whether he could or not because of injury. Was not near the super stud prospect that he was advertised to be.
No.
Just been average.
No.
And so... And contrast that with this time last year, Dan, right? He went in the Georgia game. Oh, they led when DJ Lagway. I mean, he was the sole reason for optimism. Man, how that's changed in 1 year.
I choose to look at the basketball team and their big win over Illinois in the quiet games is what I...
Was that televised anywhere?
No, I don't think so.
Well, some of those have been on TV.
Yeah.
Did did they rout them pretty good?
Nah, I won by 10.
Okay. Is Illinois a top
I think Illinois is
15
decent.
team again this year?
Don't know.
Well, we'll find
Lot
out
of
for sure. They
questions.
open against Arizona. As big a football basketball weekend as Florida's had through the years. I mean, you've got the Florida Georgia game in football, and then you're opening as a top 5 team against another one, Arizona. I don't know what Arizona's ranked exactly, but they're highly ranked.
We'll see how that one.
Florida's going to go win 28, 29 games and be a high seed, I think.
Well, they should.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of, you know why, Hick? They got there's no diva on that team.
No.
Like, they go to work, man. Houck and Condon, they're just lunch pail dudes. And so we'll see how the transfers mix in. But Florida opens a week from today against Arizona out in Vegas. So if you're taking that Jags trip and you're a Gator, just stick around an extra day. You're good to go.
Well, the big story, Brian Kelly gets fired from LSU, 34-14 as a coach. And not good enough out there. And just, not well liked.
It speaks to an incredible unlikability, Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other reason that a guy gets fired there. When you made the decision, you committed to him for all these years. That's why the buyout is as big as it is. It's like we have forgotten that sport sometimes is an ebb and flow business. It's like, does LSU? I mean, I'm not saying they're not having a terrible year and you couldn't be worried.
Right.
But that seemed to come together way too fast.
Yeah.
For that program and where it stands. I mean, he has them preseason top 5 or 10. They've been winning 10 games. They've been going to bowl games.
They went 10-4, 10-3, 9-4, and they were 5-3 this year. They won all their bowl games, but they weren't big bowls. They're Citrus, ReliaQuest, and Texas bowls.
Yeah.
Finished 15th in the country, 12th in the country, 9-4 last year. Got him nothing.
He's 0-11 in ranked matchups where he and the other team are ranked. I think I saw that, or 0 for his last 11, or maybe it's a top 10. There's some ridiculous.
He was the coach that they beat Alabama, right? They went for 2. Remember, they went for 2 at the end, and they got it.
With Jaden Daniels,
right? So they won that game. I don't know. Again, different perspectives. He came from out. If
he's an outsider, never fit in.
I was looking at what he did at Notre Dame, and he had some down stuff at Notre Dame too. He had a 4-8 year sandwiched around, and then he went 10-3, 12-1, 11-2, and 10-2.
That's why I don't understand the first
and 11-1.
I mean, this is the first sign. And by the way, they're still headed to, as bad as it was going to be, 8 or 9 wins. It's not like they were going to go Billy Napier and 6-7. I mean, so back to your point. It speaks to how incredibly unlikable.
Yeah, I don't think they were, though. They got Alabama at Alabama this week. They're not going to beat them. Or in 2 weeks, rather, because they got a bye week this week. So that drops them to 5-4. Arkansas, they should win 6-4. Western, 7-4. And then at Oklahoma, 8-4 at best.
Maybe it's SEC matchups, okay? Because this year, against number 13 Ole Miss, lost. Number 17 Vandy, lost. Number 3 Texas A&M, lost.
Yeah.
They did beat Clemson in the first game of the year when Clemson was number 4. Last year they lost to number 20. Oh, shoot. Last year they lost to number 23 USC. They did beat Ole Miss, but they lost to Texas A&M, who was ranked. They lost to Alabama, who was ranked. So the number may not be 0-11, but it's bad against conference-ranked matchups.
They put so much into that first game, and both those teams ended up not being very good, LSU and Clemson.
Yeah.
And everybody thought that was such a big first game, and it really wasn't.
Right.
And looking at where these teams are right now. So
it speaks back to, and it might be more important now with the transfer portal and with the playoff to an argument that some fans have been making for years, and that's give us the first poll in mid-October.
Mm-hmm.
Because and then you wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
No one's ranked. They're good teams. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
LSU and Clemson play. You wouldn't think, oh, they're 3 and they're 5. You'd let them play and say, oh, they look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They might be top 10. But we gift these spots, and in some cases, it's an unfair hurdle that somebody that starts way, further back in the pack. And in some cases, it's too much of an advantage when they, like Notre Dame's 5-2. Why in the world are they in the playoff projection? Why?
Why?
Yeah, they're 5-2.
Because they're going to be 10-2.
Who do they beat? Who have they? They played Texas A&M and
They lost
Miami.
to Texas A&M by a point. They lost to Miami by 3 points. I think that matters.
Okay.
So I think they're one of the 12 best teams in the country. Yeah. I would take Notre Dame over like the 5th SEC team, or 4th SEC team. But I'm looking at Vandy at 7-1. They go to Texas this weekend. That's a tough game.
Yeah, Texas
isn't very good.
No, they're not very good.
They're not very good.
I'm not going to say they stink, but Vanderbilt can certainly win the game.
They should win. Texas
will be favored.
Texas is
for sure.
Yeah. Then they got Auburn, Kentucky, and Tennessee left at Tennessee. So, but to their they've played good football. They've played good football. Got ranked, and but then they started the year beating in the third game of the year they went to Williams-Brice State and beat then number 11 South Carolina.
Number 11.
Yeah. You want to talk about again with your poll thing?
That's what I mean. You're getting so teams get artificially inflated and deflated early in the year to the point that it creates a non-level playing field to a degree.
They've lost 3 in a row to ranked teams. Remember we talked about what they were walking into. They lost to LSU, Oklahoma, and now Alabama. Now they'll be flat when they go to Ole Miss. I don't think because they're just beaten down. They're 3-5, and then they go to Texas A&M.
Wow.
Oof. My God. They might have nobody left standing when they play Coastal Carolina at home and then they wrap with Clemson. That's a tough schedule, man. They got, yeah.
Yeah, we should have. Listen, there are some way similar mistakes made preseason with South Carolina and Florida, and another just badge of dishonor to Billy Napier that's the company you keep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're South Carolina now. Overrated and and get ahead of ourselves because of a flash. And Florida needs a coach to come in and lift them out of this abyss of mediocrity, which is where they are. No better than 8th to 12th in their own conference.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's take a break.
Yes, it's
Keep it rolling.
Next Gen Roofing Monday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Turn on your radio. We'll bring the game to you.
Here we go. 4th and a yard.
Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio. 1010 XL.
My dad, Randy Marion, has been in business for 35 years.
35 years of taking great care of your customers.
And our community. It has also been 35 years that my dad has been the king of price.
Yep.
So now's the time to fall into savings and drive in style in a brand new Cadillac.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, drive the all-new electric Optique, Lyric, and Vistique. They're all in stock and ready to drive today.
Come see us today at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
And don't forget,
tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Plus tax type title $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
Hey, Prosser, when it comes to game day and your snack time, I know some of you guys are you go dip crazy. Well, here's one for you. You can't miss with Daisy French onion dip. If you love eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching those big games, you'll love the new Daisy French onion dip. There's a Daisy Ranch dip as well. Get them both game changers. These are delicious, homemade. That makes the difference in a homemade dip. Made with real herbs and spices, other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. Got to try this dip of deliciousness. Look for Daisy French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
If fishing is in your DNA, hop in the boat with Captain Kevin. It's the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010 XL AM.
Yeah, I know it's early to talk about the holiday season, but my friends at Beards Diamonds are stocking up like never before. Now, no need to rush in, but when you're ready, Beards will be ready. Jacksonville's local diamond powerhouse. No middleman pricing on exquisite diamonds. Unlike the other stores in the town center, Beards is not a Wall Street-owned jeweler. Family-owned. Say hi to the Lupos when you go in. Been around for 4 decades. Yeah, and they run circles around those conglomerate stores that claim to have direct pricing. Beards beats them every day. And if you're wondering about lab-grown diamonds, Beards can teach you. They have natural and lab-grown. They can educate you on both so you don't make a mistake. Also, don't forget Beards has case after case of fashion jewelry. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, colored gemstones, pearls, yellow gold. I could go on. Bottom line, you don't need to shop anywhere else. Beards is local. They got a massive selection. They stand behind what they sell. They take care of local customers. 100% accountable because they live here. Check them out and you'll see it. Beards Diamonds. Rocks.
I know 2 brothers whose minds are always in the gutters.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kevin.
We are the Good Brothers.
That's good with an E.
From Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
We install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, plus we repair and replace roofs, pool enclosures, and super gutters.
We are the Good Brothers, veteran-owned and local.
Visit goodbrothersroofsandgutters.com.
License number CCC 1334384.
Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
Join 1010XL and Firehouse Subs as we celebrate First Responders Day, Tuesday, October 28th. Catch Jaguars Today live from 10 to noon at Beach and Hodges. Food, fun, and football. Come honor our heroes with Firehouse Subs.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
When you need plumbing, septic, or air conditioning service, trust matters. That's why more homeowners in Jacksonville choose DuckDuckRooter. From small plumbing repairs to major renovations, we do it all. Visit DuckDuckRooter.com. DuckDuckRooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at BariOrthopedics.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Shout out to the Ox Gator. He did the Marine Corps Marathon.
And he told me he got a phone call in the middle of it.
Yeah, he's on his last mile when I called him. I got 1 mile to go. I was inspiring him to finish.
Wonder if did he qualify? I didn't get asked. Did he qualify for Boston?
He did not qualify
Dang.
for Boston, but his numbers were good. He sent me his numbers. He was like in the top. Let me see what I got here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, he came in 9,526 out of 30,127 overall. So,
Nice.
6,600 out of 18,000 male gender. So, and got to remember too, dude is in his 50s. So, and his first marathon, he went out and got it done. So anyway, ran that this weekend. Congrats to him. That was it's a big accomplishment, man. Somebody that age go out and do a marathon.
Absolutely.
And we'll see if he needs Doc Murphy.
yeah. Like how he feeling today.
Yeah.
As a fly back immediately, there ain't no way my body could have did that.
Well, he said his, he flew back this morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ran it yesterday morning. Yeah. But that is, that's something, man. That's something. So anyway, congrats to him. He went out and did that this weekend. So good weekend. Good weekend out there with kind of quiet, no Gators, no Knowles, no heartache.
No Jags.
No Jags.
No Sunday stress.
Yeah. So just kind of enjoying it and see how it goes. Look at this. The Mets are hiring Troy Snitker as their new hitting coach.
Get a winner in there.
Yeah, the son of former Braves skipper Brian Snitker. By the way, I guess you guys are out of like all the big name. You're waiting on like the Dodgers bench coach or something like that.
I don't put a lot of. I don't put a lot of stock in.
But it doesn't look like
MLB managing until as far as we'll find out.
It looks like DeRosa and Ross aren't going to be the skipper of the Braves. Serious question. Money aside, current talent aside, is Florida or LSU the more attractive job? I mean, how do you answer that? They're very similar. I don't know. I mean, I think to me, it's like, where do you want to coach? You can win either place. Obviously, you got 3 coaches at LSU who would raise their hand and say, "It's here is more attractive." We've been to 13 SEC championships. LSU's been to 7.
But
LSU, 3 of their last 4 coaches won national championships.
The reality of Florida is that this succession of coaches we've hired have dumbed the program down to pre-Spurrier level.
Yeah.
So no one's impressed that we've been to 13 because we haven't been one since we've been to a couple.
Yeah, we've been to some.
We haven't been very competitive, but
we were pretty competitive against Alabama
just
a few
the
years
one
ago
game.
with Mullen.
We had the one game with Mullen, but those other 2 with McElwain, and they beat the tar out of you, and we lost the 09 game. So there hasn't been any recent relevance.
No.
I mean, if you're a senior in high school, Florida hasn't been any good since you were in kindergarten. National title good.
Yeah.
But you don't sell that.
No.
Like, kids today don't grow up watching sports. You sell what you can offer them right here, what you offer next year.
Right.
The facilities, the academic path, the coaching, all that stuff. And Florida and LSU both have it all.
Yeah.
Right?
They all do, though. I mean.
And if you're a coach,
they all do except Ole Miss, which is not the better pro. Ole Miss is a level below. And I try to explain this to people. They can't quite understand it. Ole Miss is a better football team right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the coach. That's why Florida and LSU covet Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Both want him.
Yeah.
But Ole Miss is begging for people to sell out Vaught Hemingway this weekend, their 60,000-seat stadium. And
I would equate it to this. It's kind of like when Lon Kruger was at Florida, before Billy turned it into Lon Kruger had taken the Gators to the Final Four the year before. They were hosting Kentucky the very next year in the ESPN, Thursday night game. I mean, they're going live, and there's empty seats.
Yeah.
Just look around like, well, what am I here for?
Right.
What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to get that at Florida or LSU. I tell you one thing. I don't want a guy who's afraid of whatever it is, toxicity or expectation or anything else. Like, and what I was going to say is, look, Florida looks like, if you're a coach deciding, I mean, here's LSU that's just fired a guy out of nowhere who's been relatively successful. Florida gave their guy, more rope than he deserved. He got everything that he asked for. So, I mean, if you're going by that, is who's going to give you what you feel will allow you to win. But if you're one of these Kiffins, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I need a guy that's not worried about what that is. I'm not going to not go here, or I'm going to go here because it'll be easier, because they won't be as, expectant.
We'll have fun with Chris Doring tomorrow. Peter Burns Eats Worms said, and again, this is Monday morning quarterbacking. It always felt that Saban loved LSU. It mostly felt that Miles loved LSU. It always felt Coach O loved LSU. It always felt like Brian Kelly liked being LSU's coach. Come on.
He wasn't a good. And look, you don't have to be Cajun.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Saban is about as
right.
But it's just, he's just unlike. I've never met him. He's unlikable.
Mm-hmm.
He just carries that unlikability about him, and the word out there is that did him in.
Yeah.
That yesterday he would have. A lot of coaches with some humility and some awareness would have survived yesterday, Dan. I guess that's the point. And maybe you get to a point where you're like, well, bleep it. Just pay me my buyout then. I'll go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want, I would hope that wouldn't be the mindset of my coach. I would not coach. What do you mean we're getting ready? No, listen, I've lost.
What about Jimbo Fisher?
For LSU? It's hard to take Texas A&M's failure.
The AD fired him there, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. There's no way then.
Yeah.
This AD, by the way, should be fired. He's literally $120-something million in arrears from his last 2 coachings. He hired Jimbo. They had to buy out for 76 when it didn't work. And then he hired Brian Kelly here at LSU. They're going to pay him 50-something because it didn't work. Literally $130 million. This guy has cost the bottom line at his universities. How do you have a job?
Yeah.
Hick, if you came in tomorrow and lost to 10XL $2.4 million, think we'd be working on Thursday?
I hope so.
I'd like to think so.
I wonder about the Saban factor at LSU.
Gosh, he's awful old if people are trying to get back to that.
I don't think, why would he want it? And would he have, listen, he's a greatest coach of all time.
I think these are crazy fans and media just throwing any big wishful name. Why? To your point, he got away from Alabama because of what college football had become. Right. Is it any different?
I'm not going to step back into that maelstrom of nonsense and tarnish my image. Why would I want to do that? So, anyway, 9 o'clock, Nasty McNasty's awake. It's been a long weekend for him. He's hung over as hell. We'll see what he's up to. That and more coming up on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Check in Tuesdays for Jeff Lageman and Check the Tape Tuesday.
We'll keep you up to date with the latest and NFL news.
Tuesdays during football season on Jaguars Today. Checked by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything, from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com, then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Tired of roofers who never answer the phone and just use AI?
I'm Morgan Conley, the People's Roofer. I answer every call. No robots, no runaround. I'm born here, built here, staying here. Visit MorganConleyRoofing.org.
Listening that fits your schedule perfectly.
Absolutely brilliant.
Go on demand.
Ad-free shows after the live shows end.
How about that? Channeled by
Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
It's the fall savings event going on now at Renewal by Anderson. Upgrading your home has never been easier. Get 20% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer expires October 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
When you buy online, you really cannot tell because you're not looking at the stone. So it's impossible to buy a stone online that you could really see everything about it. You have to buy a diamond in person.
That's John Lupo at Beard's Diamonds, who says one big mistake is trying to buy a diamond online. Because each diamond is unique, you need to examine it for yourself.
Otherwise, you can get fooled, you can get tricked, and that's not a good thing when you're spending thousands of dollars.
At Beard's, John's son Ben says they give each customer the ability to compare multiple diamonds in their price range. Not just on paper, but up close inside and outside.
Go outside in the natural daylight. That's the best test to be able to see the exact color in the stone, see the brilliance in the stone, and the fire and the scintillation, which is very, very important.
People want to know what they're spending this money on, and they also want to be protected.
That's why Beard's takes it a step farther with a money-back guarantee and a trade-up policy that guarantees you will always get what you paid when you upgrade. Buy with confidence at locally owned Beard's Diamonds in St. John's Town Center.
Start your week off with today's restaurant of the day, Flame Broiler. Try their new chicken avocado salad bowl at $10.99. Fuel your day with Flame Broiler's protein-packed bowls served at 5 locations, including the newest at 103rd Street.
This is Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. I'm honored to join Operation New Uniform as the guest speaker for their 70th graduation. This milestone event is more than a ceremony. It's a testament to faith, perseverance, and purpose. Operation New Uniform helps service members and veterans find purpose, confidence, and success after service. Join us as we honor these remarkable graduates and the mission that empowers heroes to find their next calling. Register today at onuvets.org. That's onuvets.org.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Omni Nashville. Florida Georgia kicks off 3:30 Saturday at Everbank. RV City parking already tapped out. Tailgaters plan ahead, construction active around the stadium. Meanwhile, the Jags hit the bye at 4-3, just their third winning record at the break since 2017. Word is owner Shad Khan feeling optimistic, but keeping it cautious. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 9:05, it's 72 degrees. Your time and your tip is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cool with Bueller. Stay tuned for the 9 o'clock hour next, right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
I'm fed, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. The nasty time.
It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill.
We're wasting time.
Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
Well, as we head to the 9 o'clock, the fallout from these rigged poker games will continue. Now, Antonio Gates' name being mentioned. He allegedly hosted and played in a rigged Miami poker game.
Oof.
According to a new report.
That's not good.
It was organized by Curtis Meeks, who was indicted by federal prosecutors as part of the massive gambling scandal that rocked the NBA.
Good on these guys, man. That's dirty.
Yeah.
You bring guys in, you use fake
Taking their money.
It's no different than going into a man's house, going to a safe, and stealing his money.
Yeah,
That's what they did.
Yeah.
And so the book should come hard at these guys. This isn't a little thing.
That was big money.
And you used your celebrity to lure these guys in. You smiled on their face while you pickpocketed their wallet. It's just gross. Here's my theory on what happened with, say, Billups, and maybe all these guys. Billups probably got in one of those poker games, got shelled, owed a bunch of money, couldn't or didn't want to pay it. The mob said, "That's fine. You host. You bring them in. You'll make this.
Oof.
You won't owe anything." That's how that stuff happens.
Do you remember?
Mob said you'll host.
And we might have even played 20 questions about it. But do you remember when I said I saw Damon Jones at a restaurant we were staying, and I was asking my wife where we were, and we finally figured it out. We were up in Jekyll Island.
Okay.
And we were at a resort, and at the restaurant at the resort, and there was just Damon Jones and somebody in there. No one has ever said, well, Damon Jones comes to Jacksonville a lot. Damon Jones likes this. Damon Jones plays golf here. Nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm telling
Probably put together a poker game.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
I heard a funny line about Damon Jones. I was talking to the bit man who covered him in Cleveland, and I guess when he was there as a player, he went by. Have you heard this before? Eamon Owens, because he got no D and no J. And Big Trouble. And these guys should. I hope they don't slap. I hope these aren't slaps on the wrists.
Yeah.
Take your felonious, stealing, robbing. By the way, you're already rich. That's what makes it sicker.
Yeah.
Hey, Chauncey Billups, you make $20 million a year. Hey, Rozier, you got a $100 million contract.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Garnett was
in one of them.
Yeah. Ooh.
On the bad side or
on the bad side?
On the bad side. Yeah, they stole from their own. It's like a Ponzi scheme, basically.
Yeah.
It's that same type story. That's just sickening, man.
Yeah.
And why you got involved or whatever it is, and this isn't a gambling this isn't a gambling problem. This is greed problem. It's a crime problem. This isn't a gambling addict who, pawned off everything or robbed somebody so he could play another slot. Right. This is a guy just stealing. Chauncey Billups, man, that's just gross, dude.
Yeah.
You're a head coach of the NBA.
Head coach.
I guess the Jailblazers are back.
Jailblazers, baby.
Jailblazers are back, baby.
One other bit of news from the National Football League, and that's sad news. Nick Mangold, man, just a couple weeks ago, he put out that he had known he had this long-term kidney disease. I guess he got diagnosed with it in like 2006, but he did an interview just a couple weeks ago and basically said, I never thought it would come up so young. I thought it'd be like when I'm 60 or something like that. And his kidneys were failing. He was doing dialysis.
He was trying to get a kidney transplant.
Trying to find a donor.
But ran out of time.
And I know a lot of people.
Correct.
I get maybe it's the size of the man. I don't know how it worked, but they couldn't find him. Couldn't find him a kidney, and boy, he ended up passing away. And really sad. I mean, 41 years old, 4 kids, wife, great New York Jet, great Ohio State Buckeye. I mean, very few. With the Jets, there are very few.
Well, he was there when they were good. They had those back-to-back AFC Championship games.
There are very few dudes who, stay with the Jets, and he did his I think 11 years with them, and it's just sad.
Did you see Rex Ryan's reaction on set?
Yeah.
It was very heartfelt, and Ryan has kind of been a gruff,
jerk.
Kind of jerky.
Yeah.
So he was certainly humbled and saddened by what he had heard. All right, I got today's Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com, the Murray Ford Superstore's truck guy. Today, they need to have an emergency meeting in the NFL. Today, it's time. Today, it needs to happen. The tush-push needs to be now, eliminated. Needs to be made illegal. If they're going to cheat,
maybe it needs to be officiated.
Well, they can't. It's clear they can't officiate it, Dan.
The guy fumbled yesterday.
I know, and they said this is the worst. I'm surprised. This should have been the lead story in my world. They completely ignored the huge elephant in the room with that call. So now, now I see. Now their forward progress is stopped, is it? You'll let them push them for 5 minutes and 8 yards every play. But, now, because he fumbled it, his forward progress, no one blew it. Here's what I don't understand. They didn't blow the whistle stopped. How can you say it's forward? How can you go back and say, but we thought it was stopped?
Right.
Like forward progress stops when the whistle blows. So, and you know what they won't do? They won't go running up in there blowing the whistle before all those legs stop churning. It was unbelievable that they didn't give the Giants that ball.
That was terrible.
It's terrible. Yeah. And so for that, forget the false starts, forget the difficulty in defending. That's it. No more. No, you're not allowed to do it anymore because that was the most bogus. His forward progress stopped. We have to. You know how many times, Dan, I sit there waiting on him to blow the whistle? Come on, man, blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. And they let these rugby scrums go forever. And now the one time that someone rips the ball from Jalen Hurts, these gutless officials say that they had ruled forward progress stopped. Well, if I'm Brian Daboll, I'll say, hey, when you rule forward progress having stopped, what do? Answer, we blow the whistle. Well, on the play, the whistle never blew until after the Giants got the ball. There was never a whistle until after the ball had been taken away. Just gutless officials.
That was terrible.
Gutless NFL. And it's time now to get rid of this play. Not because no one can stop it, because now it's a cheat code. The refs don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was a definite miss, and really had no explanation about it. Because you didn't hear you didn't hear the whistle till like
it didn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whistle. So how can you again? You're telling, now you're saying it's forward progress? If he hadn't fumbled, he could have kept pushing and y'all wouldn't have said anything. You wouldn't have marked him down back there. It was just a lie, man. It's just brutal. Is Deion done, you think? I mean, he's got health issues. His kids are gone. I mean, should Deion just retire at this stage?
I mean, it was bad on
he's not a good coach.
It was bad.
I mean, he's not. They're terrible.
They're not good.
I mean, they gave him the Sportsman of the Year for going 4-8, and then last year they were with Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. By the way, they were 7-8 win team, and now this year are they 2-6? Nick?
I think they have 3 wins.
Okay,
they got beat. I mean,
they would have 43-0 at halftime.
Oh boy,
yeah, at half.
I mean,
were they playing?
Utah.
Oh, well, the Utes. But
they're not that good.
Yeah. Right. You could play the 49ers.
And he's 16-17 at Colorado, and 9-14 in his conference. Now, he did go 4-8 his first year.
3-5 this year, 1-4, and not exactly the SEC.
Yeah. They
I mean, would the shine be off, or there's a contingent of the FSU fan base that would want Deion or college football interest?
I don't know now that they would want him. I don't think they would want him at all. Listen, I think he's hampered by his health.
Yeah, me too. I don't think. Listen, I don't think.
I like Deion. I think he was a breath of fresh air in college football, but I don't know that he's able to. And I'm not sure surrounding yourself with some of the dudes that he surrounded himself with as assistants is the best move either. But I don't know. We'll take a call real quick. Charlton K. Gainey, a.k.a. Mr. Tennessee.
Hey, just wanted to give you a quick hitter, Jeff, on the. I don't know if you watched the Green Bay game. I turned it on for a minute last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's third down.
Mm-hmm.
They jump across the line. Pittsburgh snaps the ball. Aaron Rodgers just throws it down the field. Clearly should have been a call.
I saw that.
They didn't throw a flag. They gather up.
They missed it.
Stand around for about 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and they go.
Although I will say this,
fourth down.
Gainey, I will say this. Once they gathered up, they were in a bad spot because if they right the wrong, which what they should have done, because they definitely missed it. The guy jumped off sides. And Aaron Rodgers obviously is probably the best in the league at getting you to jump and has a feel for when he knows guys are off sides. But if they had then said, then they would have went crazy. Oh, Aaron Rodgers says something, and here we go.
Let's get it right. Let's get
So-
it right. And they do that Dable, and I mean, I can see why. They cheated the Giants. They're a bunch of cheaters and liars and thinks.
Everybody on the field could see that the guy jumped off sides.
You're right.
I mean,
I couldn't believe they missed it.
And
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm sorry that Skinny and Kentucky GF got taken to the man cave over the weekend. They got a double dose. Go Vols!
Very nice.
I thought he was gonna. I mean,
drive-by.
The last I heard from Mr. 10 was when I was here last Wednesday, and we were all just flaming idiots because Tony Vitello wasn't going anywhere.
Oh dear.
How'd that work out?
Tony went to San Fran.
Yeah. Does he have a major league background?
No, he's the first, like one of the first ever to.
That has no major league experience.
No professional baseball coach.
That's an interesting hire because he's not he's different, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Who would that be the equivalent of like going to like NFL, like a college coach to the NFL? Is it like because he's quirky and like he's gotten well beyond quirky. He's been kind of a jerk, hasn't he? At Tennessee,
he can be. He's beloved, but
by his guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of college baseball, man, the kid from JU for the Gators.
Injury yesterday.
Oh, it was bad.
Scrimmage. How did it happen?
He was running through first, trying to beat out a double play, and Brooksy said it was like Kevin Ware, bad.
Just like what happened? He just blew out his knee. It just didn't.
No, it just broke his leg. His
just
leg
because he
exploded.
stepped wrong. Or
yeah,
just
awful. Like ambulance on the shook up the team. It was bad.
Yeah,
bad
it's Cam Scadaboo yesterday.
And he
turned the
and he was really going well too. I mean, he was going to be a starter for Florida this year, so that's a big loss. But yeah, Scadaboo yesterday.
Those are
you hate seeing
awful
those.
to see.
Yep,
awful to see. It's the Next Gen Roofing Monday on the Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Weekends fly.
I agree with him.
That's why we put more football in game day. I'm in! With the Terminix Kickoff Show. 5 hours before kickoff of every game. Protected by Campione Law and American Electrical Contracting on 1010XL.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nugget. Okay, I've finally come around. I'm now convinced, like all of you are, Lane Kiffin needs to be the next coach at the University of Florida. I didn't feel that way before. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see if he was as good a coach as he was a guy that's a personality. In addition to being a guy with swag, a really good personality, he's a really good football coach, and he's the one guy that can fix a broken program, and the Florida football program is about as broken as it's ever been. And I think Lane Kiffin should be the next coach. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealerships. Frank Frangie here. Looking for a dealership that makes car buying easy? Let me tell you why Nimnik Buick GMC is the place to shop. At Nimnik, you'll find unbeatable prices, a huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that works around your budget. Whether it's a new SUV, a work-ready truck, or a certified pre-owned, they've got you covered. They back it up with trusted service and transparent deals. Don't wait. Shop 24/7 online at NimnikBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom on Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, this episode brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where, man, it's good to be right? Prize Picks is so easy to play. You just look at an athlete and you pick more or less. pretty much any sport. You look at it, football hot right now. You can go up to 6-player staff projections. You get your picks right, you cash in. And by the way, they invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup is not perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Here's what you do. Download the app today. Use code 1010XL. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's code 1010XL. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Northeast Florida Auto, Power Sports, and RV dealers. Tom McMahon is here for Dealer Connect. The nation's #1 AI conference for dealers is coming to Jacksonville October 29th and 30th at the Marriott Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach. It's 2 days of tackling the future of AI in automotive with some of the industry's biggest names. Keynote speaker, Hall of Famer Joe Theismann will autograph items to benefit the Tom Coughlin J Fund. Get tickets now at DealerConnect2025.com. That's DealerConnect2025.com.
The boys are back in the kitchen.
Don't start the barbecue without me.
Joe, Matt, and Leon give you plenty to chew on during lunchtime. Freshly baked bread from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Thank you for lunch, boys.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, you have children, of course you want to take care of your family. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney, but we both want to know, have you done your will? It's something you need to do, something you need to take care of, something to get on your to-do list, but don't just leave it there. Get it done. You got to get your assets to the people that you choose. You work hard for your money. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you out with your decisions. He'll provide you all the info needed. It'll make it all your choices easy. They're the Hinson Law Firm, and they got all the answers. If you have questions, reach out. 527-1700, 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Tired of plumbers trying to sell you instead of help you? At Superior Plumbing and Pipeline, and we do things differently. We hire real plumbers, not salesmen, and we never pay commission. That means no upselling, no pressure, and no unnecessary repairs. Just honest, expert work at a fair price. So the next time you need a plumber you can trust, make the superior choice and call Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, where quality comes first and honesty is standard. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. No commissions, just solutions. Learn more at SuperiorPlumbingJacks.com.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
All right, welcome back. Bruce Feldman says Brian Kelly's out. Where does LSU turn? Is Tigers competing with Florida, or is it Kenny Dillingham or John Summerall the answer in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, go get him. No diggity.
John Summerall, of course, at Tulane, so he certainly knows the state.
Yeah.
SEC experience. He, I think, played at Kentucky.
It's funny how you rank Power 4 jobs. Really, I don't know how you could honestly look at Florida and LSU any differently, right, from the outside. Like if you're sitting somewhere, aren't those the same job to you?
Yeah,
and we've got like vested interest here. We know the Florida program there, and we've kind of always said they're like sister programs. They're very similar. They've had similar successes. Florida has won more division titles. They've each won 3 natties in the last 20, 30 years. They've had a wonderful rivalry, but how do you break down these Power 4 jobs? Well, there's this one thing that's keeping the Florida rating down. All right, I'm looking on ESPN here, and at least one of their folks has put together a Power 4 jobs rankings based on the following 5 areas, and here is the one that hurts you. Recent/historical on-field performance. There's been 12, 15 years of anything more than just okay in Gainesville, whereas LSU's had their moments in the sun. Access to the college football playoff. Well, it's been around 13 years. The Gators haven't managed to go one single time. Now, access to CFP. Florida hasn't been to the college football playoff. LSU won one.
Yeah.
Roster building, access to talent, I think that's probably similar at each place. University leadership, both are kind of under temporary. There's an interim, I know, in Florida. I think there might be an interim in LSU, too. I think they may have an interim president right now.
They do.
And they also have a governor who's pretty chirpy on social media.
Very
apparently.
chirpy.
Financial support, I don't know. I kind of tend to go with LSU because we've been so damn cheap on everything to this point. Maybe there's no difference when it comes to financial support. But using those current rankings, they go LSU number 1. And this is the one where you just do it just because. Penn State number 2. Now, why is Penn State a better job than Florida?
Well, I mean, to me, they're all the same.
Yeah.
It's to me, you just pick the one that what
that you're most happy at.
How do you define what a better job is? I mean, Penn State, Pennsylvania is a great recruiting hotbed. It's you basically, if you're a good coach, you immediately jump to like third in your conference at that school, I think. The fan support's through the roof, obviously. You get 90,000 a game, just like down here. I mean, so I don't know. I think it's a
combination.
I think they're all great jobs.
A combination of zero impact on the college football playoff since it began, and Billy Napier's dragging of the program is why it's third on the list. And here's what I mean. The lack of a single college football playoff experience is jarring for a program that won 3 national championships between 96 and 08. Florida is 28-30 since the start of the 2021 season, tied for 84th nationally in winning percentage. Gators had 3 consecutive top 10 finishes in the CFP standings from 2018 to 2020. Would have made the field several times under former coach Dan Mullen if it were larger then. But the team has largely floundered in SEC play in recent years, losing 3 or more conference games in 8 of the past 12 years, not counting 2025. Now, you also have all the built-in advantages, in Gainesville, the schedule, and the schedule from this standpoint. You can go in the SEC, have a good year, and you're going to be rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go have a Georgia Tech year in the SEC, there's no one wondering, should you be in? You have FSU's year a couple of years ago, you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So the question here is the roster building and what do they have? How good is it? What stays? And
I mean, I think to me, and I don't know the answer to this question, but one thing that would be very clear to me, and Lane Kiffin has figured it out at Ole Miss, is the financial side of things. And I'm not talking about how much you're going to pay me. I mean, roughly Florida, Ole Miss, LSU, if they offered Lane Kiffin, would all basically be about the same.
You would think.
I
think it's just, a matter which one do you want to go. And I think ultimately you're deciding which one do you think you have the best chance
I'd like to see coaches' salaries come way down and put in
like
performance bonuses.
Yeah.
If you win a national championship, I'll give you $10 million.
Yeah. I don't know why.
If you win an SEC championship, I'll give you $5 million. If you make the college football playoff, I'll give you this. But we're gonna pay you flat out, $5 million a year. It's disgusting. It's disgusting when you watch bonehead after bonehead move by these so-called men who are earning millions of dollars. And you just sit there and shake your head at the stupidity of some of these meatheads who make these calls. Sorry, but not sorry. So, but that's just me. Understanding, I think in the end, what I'm talking about with the money is how much money do I have to lure the best players? Because I maintain, much like Major League Baseball, and I think Texas Tech is proving this, you can buy the college football playoff. I think you can buy a top 12. I don't know.
You might can't. I'm not sure you can do that in the Power Fours, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Big 12 is a Power Four, but there's not this. I don't know if you can. Maybe you can. I'm not saying you can't. But I don't know if you can do it in the SEC and Big 10.
You think
like
it's
you
all?
Can in the Big
You think
12.
it's all Lane Kiffin, or you think he's got some good players on his team?
Both.
Because I think they've got a commitment in Oxford where they're able to use the money.
Here's why I think it's Lane
And
Kiffin.
then when people flood all these things, Dan, it's this much. Dan, they have this. You're wrong. You don't know. Like it's a hidden secret. It's like NFL head coaches' salaries. Nobody knows. And then they all lie, too. Like last year, remember how Ryan Day got so butthurt when people said, well, you bought your roster?
Yeah,
He's like, we didn't spend that. Well, yeah, you did.
Well, it's okay to do that.
And
You
it's
still gotta
fine.
coach 'em.
Yeah, you're taking advantage of it. So what?
Yeah.
I'd do the same. You should. So I don't know what, and so that part of it is a key element to me deciding if I'm the coach, do I want to coach at Ole Miss? Do I want to coach at LSU? Do I want to coach at Florida? Now,
this is why I think it's Lane Kiffin.
Uh-huh.
And not whatever. I don't know the price
Sure.
tag. I don't know who their transfers are per se. He lost a quarterback in the first round of the NFL draft, and they're better.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you got a good coach, man.
Yeah.
And not some guy who was in the chain, who was expected to be next. And I know that and you lose the guy who's replacing, and you got the other guy playing more than good enough.
Yeah.
So that's to me for Lane Kiffin, it's coach. You lose a quarterback to, and Jack Star was round 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you lose a first-round quarterback who's playing pretty good, by the way, all things considered, and you don't skip a beat. In fact, you're better. And they're better than they were a year ago. And I don't have the ledger. I feel like LSU was the team that tried to buy their success, and maybe when you do that, that's why they come at you harder. Billy Napier, everyone bought in. We decided we're going to pay for our own players, and this guy's got them under 500.
I mean, and again, listen, I want Lane Kiffin. Understand that. He'd be my number one choice. And he's done a good job this year. But they've benefited this year, too, now. They've benefited from, opening with Georgia State.
Okay.
And getting Kentucky as a draw. And getting Arkansas on your schedule. And getting Tulane on your schedule. They beat LSU at home by 5.
Tulane's better than USF, typically.
Not this year.
Maybe.
They barely squeezed past Washington State, Wazoo.
Yeah, they were down that game.
They lost to Georgia when they had a 9-point lead, and then they beat Oklahoma on the road. Oklahoma's good,
beat
not
LSU
great.
Too. You said LSU?
Yeah, I said LSU.
Yeah.
Now
Which
they
at
get
the time was a big
now
win.
they get South Carolina, Citadel, and Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, they've lucked into but their schedule is not.
The only thing
there's
I'll
no
say,
Alabama, there's no Texas A&M. They played Georgia, they lost. Those are the top 4 teams.
Yeah, they'll have to go to the SEC championship game, but they played Georgia very, very tough. As
They
good
did.
as anybody has. So I think you almost got some style points for that. And
yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah, and LSU, they're part of the reason Brian Kelly's fired. LSU was, I think, still undefeated in top 10 when they played at Ole Miss.
Yeah,
I think.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Even more Jaguars. Listen to the Tommy Mac podcast with Tom McManus and Campo and Joe with Dave Campo and Joe C. Find these original podcasts at 1010XL.com or on Twitter at 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction and Roofing. They're a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart, his dad, his guys from here, taking care of people who live here. I've talked to you about Lockhart, the construction side of things, for a long time. They've remodeled basically my entire house, and I appreciate them. Why? They're fast, they're friendly, they're affordable, they're clean. They're everything you want if you're doing a project at your house in your builders, right? So their family will give your family a better living experience, but they've also been in the roofing business for a long, long time, decades. They're GAF, Master Elite Warranty, Master Elite Contractors. That's the highest title that you can have. In other words, they know what they're doing, and they'll be up front with you, and they'll tell you if they can help you. So I trust them, so should you. If you want any information, just give Shane a call. He'll call you back, 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction and Roofing, 994-3865, 994-3865.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, First Coast, it's your boy Leon Searcy, your lemon pepper guy. Back and better than ever for Wingstop. You know I can't resist those crispy, flavorful wings that make your taste buds dance. Wingstop just opened a hot new spot on Jeremiah Street in Middleborough. At 17 locations, now serving up the most mouth-watering wings in town. And my all-time favorite, lemon pepper. Try their new quick and easy ordering on the app and swing by today for fresh, hot wings made for you. Only at Wingstop.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 27th, 1991, the Minnesota Twins beat the Atlanta Braves in Game 7 of the World Series in a 10-inning classic.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Frank Frangie here to tell you about the coolest new thing, a putting green in my backyard that my friends at Sunshine Turf installed. Sunshine Turf can do the same for you. They'll come to your house, they'll create a custom design for your space, and you'll have an authentic golf course experience right in your own backyard. I freaking love it. Sunshine Turf is family owned and they made the process so simple. So visit sunshineturf.info or call them at 904-383-0243 and get a free quote today for your own putting green. Get it from Sunshine Turf.
Congrats to former Georgia defensive lineman Freddie Gilbert and running back Sony Michel's induction into the Georgia-Florida Hall of Fame, Friday, October 31st, presented by Miller Electric. To attend the luncheon ceremony, go to flgajax.com/Hall of Fame.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296. Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429. Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Hey, I'm not cooling down from my big victory over Dylan Denmark this weekend.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
Oh, you are or you're not?
With the feds,
with the feds watching.
Yeah, keeping it down low, but you don't come on that island in Middleburg and no, sir.
I tell you what, yeah, I tell you what, you don't come on that island thinking you gonna half step.
You give me 17 points, man. I took that thing, went home.
No problem.
The island,
no problem.
The Golden Eagles were victorious. Won that game, no problem.
No problem.
That's 1,000 simoleons your way.
This is almost as distasteful as the whole poker ring.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
we
quite
roll.
that degenerate. I mean, we're not going to put you in federal prison with
There
Chelsea.
was
but
some buzz last week that
untoward.
perhaps you were
Yeah.
You were a wanted man. You were ratting out me in Denmark. You're offering us up.
That's what they were. That's what they were
I
saying.
like that. Yeah.
Boy said you might be offering us up.
I should have thought
Don't
of
take
that.
me.
Yeah.
Take those two guys. They're betting high school.
Yeah, that's fair.
The feds were
but,
suddenly.
But as far as I know, the feds aren't after me, so I didn't have to give you.
Yeah.
up. I would have.
Yeah.
You're damn right I would. What do you mean?
Tell you, I'm talking.
They said
These two
Prosser-
here betting on high school kids.
They said Prosser was singing like a canary out and
I
about.
would. I would definitely say they got that part of it right.
I was like,
if I
Dad,
needed to, I'd be
It's like,
sick.
hey,
Yeah.
cut me a deal. I got something sweeter for you.
That's correct. Yeah. Put me in the Genovese family and throw me a little bit of side cash. I tell you, the biggest thing that I learned all this is that the mob's still a thing. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, I said when this broke, I said, man, I don't know. I just know that you don't want the mafia in the same sentence as you.
I heard this,
That's a bad thing.
I was at a golf event, so I did a lot of bro time with a lot of different guys from a lot of different places, including some from the Northeast. And they said, yeah, the mob's still alive and well. They've just changed. Now they're young guys. And how do they do it? Online scams, online this, online that. But same arm twisting kind of stuff going on. So, dang, who knew?
Listening to you guys talking about the NBA gambling scandal made me think about former NBA players were committing fraud with health and dental insurance. Some are serving jail time. Jeff is right. It's greed, just greed.
It's just greed, right? You can't chalk this up to a gambling addiction. Like the dude, whatever his name was, that worked for the Jags. That was a game. Now, granted, he lived on the high life of the greed that went along, but I think the genesis of that dude was a gambling problem.
Right.
Like an addiction problem. Whereas, these guys' gambling problems, the problem is you lost. It's not that you have some incredible. I tell you what, though, man, they say it's the tip of the iceberg. There's more coming, Hick.
Yeah.
They say there's more coming. It's just the beginning. Now you're saying Antonio Gates is kind of being associated with a game in South Florida.
Yeah.
This stuff is very prevalent, man. Because here's what's happened: poker's gotten very popular. And rather than go to a card room where the state takes their rake and you play a percentage, you throw together a beautiful home game.
Yeah.
You have somebody host. You have an athlete there.
You have security there.
You bring in a dealer.
Yeah.
All right, everything's up front. Except for the fact that they've got it literally X-ray glasses and are reading your cards.
That's crazy.
And it was funny, guys. I pay attention to poker. It's like on YouTube. I know poker sites and poker players and name registers. And after this all happened, there's a professional poker player named Matt Berkey. And they said, we should have been paying attention. But like in 2023, like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, the video?
He had a video saying, hey, man.
It's a fixed game, rigged
Just so
games.
y'all know, man, this Chauncey Billups game is a rigged game.
Yeah.
And pros know that.
Yeah.
So you better be careful. You better invite a fish who's not a pro, right? Bring in, like they bring in their athlete buddies. But, yeah, it's like stealing. It's like no different than pickpocketing them when they walked in the room.
Well, Pete Thamel now reporting, and this is no shock, LSU's fired their offensive coordinator, Joe Sloan. That's who BK was trying to offer up as collateral. The move comes LSU's 12th on offense in the SEC. 4 years on staff there was Jaden Daniels, quarterbacks.
Can I ask you why a certain name has not been breathed?
Breathed? Why?
Especially now with LSU involved as well. Like there's a name that, a couple years ago, Hot List name.
Hot List.
It looked like he might be matriculate to an NFL head coaching job. Did he even have one for half a minute? I can't recall. Why isn't Joe Brady mentioned for LSU?
Oh, I think he's.
That'd be perfect for that, right? If you're LSU, wouldn't you be happy with that one? He was your OC when Burrow was there, and they were.
I think
winning.
he's in line maybe for an NFL
yeah.
job.
Did he ever? He didn't get the Carolina job, right? He got
He's Buffalo's
OC job at Carolina. He failed his first NFL, right? He went up and he was terrible, but that was as an OC, not a head coach.
Yeah, he hadn't been a head coach.
I think it was Carolina OC, and now he's with Buffalo, and but that would seem to make a lot of sense for LSU to me.
Yeah.
If I were LSU, that's you got a tie-in. Like if we had that kind of tie-in.
He's been in the league since 20, so 5 years.
Right after he rode that Burrow, success right into the league, I guess.
Yeah.
Did he last just 1 year or even an entire year with the Panthers?
It said 2021 offensive coordinator for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he went to the Bills as quarterbacks coach, became the interim OC when they got rid of, I think they fired Dorsey maybe? Does that sound right? I think they fired Dorsey, and then Josh really took off with Joe Brady, and they've been on the same page. And by the way, we talked a lot about Jonathan Taylor. We should talk about James Cook.
Woo. Woo.
Yeah,
200.
Woo. Yeah.
2 bills he dropped onto me.
Yeah,
he's good.
He's good too. He's really good.
They paid that man.
They were smart to pay that man,
especially with what it costs to pay these running backs.
Yeah,
Then meanwhile, there are other guys. You're starting to wonder about Christian McCaffrey not just done. Is he still have any kind of?
Yeah, he had a good game a couple weeks ago, but I don't think he's the same.
Yeah, I think he had maybe 25 yards yesterday, maybe.
Oh, did he?
55? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just speaking out of turn. Maybe
the NFL's amazing in the respect that, man, you got to come to play, and you can almost tell when teams or the other team comes to play
will lose
at home. You'll lose to anybody, dude. You know, the Jets are terrible, man. They could not. I mean, the Bengals defense yesterday was an embarrassment. Every play was 10, 15, 20 yards. When I was looking at it, I was like, what is going on here? This is the same Jets team that can't score in a women's prison. I mean, Justin Fields. I mean,
had a great fourth
oh
quarter.
my gosh, dude. They're just going up and down the field. And then I told Pross on the game-winning touchdown, he pitches it to the running back. Running back takes it, no secret. He's going to throw. And then he says, no, I'm not going to throw. And so as soon as he says he's going to throw, that means what? Cover your guy. The Bengals DB, I don't know who he is. He's standing backwards to the Jets, Mason Taylor, backwards. And the guy just lobs it up there over his head, and he reaches up and grabs it. He was standing backwards. In what way, shape, or form is defense played backwards with your back to the
only
person
if you're
throwing the ball?
chasing a receiver and hoping at last second knock it out of his
It didn't
hands.
seem like that, but maybe he was. I don't know. Because it looked like they were stuck in the corner. And I think the running back said, well, you know what? You're not looking. I'll take a chance here. And I'll flip it up to him.
Christian McCaffrey,
yeah,
in one more game and 22 more carries, has basically the same amount of yards as Quinshawn Judkins. McCaffrey, 13th in the league, 140 for 490. The distressing there, 3.5. He also has 0 big runs. And for comparison, Travis Etienne has 3 to this point.
Oof. All right, we'll take – go ahead.
And Etienne actually has more rushing yards and a higher yards per attempt than Christian McCaffrey. Need to get him going here, too, right? He had 2 of those first 5 games. He's splashing for $120. All right, back to put a wrap. Introduce you to an exciting new show here called Jaguars Today. When we return, it is a Next-Gen Roofing Monday on 1010XL.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Hey, Jacksonville, Rick Ballou here. Looking for a brand new truck? Right now, Crew Cab Ram trucks start at just $38,900 at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram West Side. And every new retail purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost. From tough Ram trucks to adventure ready Jeeps, they've got the perfect ride waiting for you. Stop by Commonwealth Avenue or shop online at jackswest.com. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside, proud partner of the Jaguars.
Hey, Hicken here for Action Garage Door. Premium parts, premium service for the life of your doors. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. Mine never does. I call Action Garage Door because they take action immediately. Jeff Bernard and his crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain they have to go through. Call Jeff and his people are on it. They've been doing this stuff for 25 years, man. You know what that screams? That screams stability. That screams success. I've been in my house for 23. I got a garage door a couple years ago. Folks still comment on it. And it dramatically improves the curb appeal. And those garage door openers of today features like smart home integration, quiet operation, and added security. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action with Action Garage Door. Easy to get a hold of them. Garage Door 911. That's how you get a hold of them. Action Garage Door. GarageDoor911.com. That's GarageDoor911.com.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law. Post-game Monday on 1010XL. Served by Tandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminex. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast, before they have time to multiply. Terminex knows how to shut down rodents and will keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so does Terminex. Don't live with a rodent problem, Terminex does. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online just like I did. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com.
Hey friends, Frank Frangie here. You know me. I don't mess around when it comes to taking care of business. Well, if your plumbing or AC company is giving you excuses, it's time to make a trade. Call the pros at DuckDuckRooter. They're the trusted partner for some of the biggest commercial names in Northeast Florida. Their office team keeps billing smooth, and their field techs show up ready to fix the problem fast and right. Bring in the starters with DuckDuckRooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, you have children, of course you want to take care of your family. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney, but we both want to know, have you done your will? Something you need to do, something you need to take care of, something to get on your to-do list, but don't just leave it there. Get it done. You got to get your assets to the people that you choose. You work hard for your money. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you out with your decisions. He'll provide you all the info needed. It'll make it all your choices easy. They're the Hinson Law Firm, and they got all the answers. If you have questions, reach out. 527-1700, 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said, "Gone boating." But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations, Julington Creek, Jax Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, making the turn for home here on a Monday, fast-moving Monday on the drill. Jaguars get back to work today, and they'll take on the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday, and such an important game for this franchise. Really a must-win situation, if you want to be truthful about it. They can't afford to go out there and lose that game. Then they go to Houston, and if they split these two, that's fine, but again, it's, you know, and Jeff had pointed out Houston's more important, but you don't want to lose to the Raiders than have to go to Houston having to win that game.
They're both important.
Yeah.
One thing that we should be start to get a little immune to is that nothing should surprise you anymore.
No.
Right? If the Jaguars go play great, they'll win both those games.
Mm-hmm.
They play good, they might win both. They might win one. If they play bad, they might win one. They might not. And if they play terrible, they'll lose both.
Yeah.
You know, there's not this huge, standard of difference between these squads, which, I think a lot of people know, but we get reminded every week. We got reminded yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, the Atlanta Falcons and Jags are similar. Bad teams, bad DNA. Think they have something. You're optimistic, trying to get moving.
Anybody fall off a cliff? Quarterbacks sometimes fall off cliffs. Sure seems like Kirk Cousins fell off a cliff.
He was
when he signed to go to Atlanta, he was pretty good.
Well, I guess we should sometimes take note from the team you're leaving and what their resistance was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe that was it.
So I didn't watch enough, but no, he was supposed to be a missing piece.
I mean,
and he was terrible. He was still
awful.
injured too, and so he didn't. He probably tried to come back too quick from that, but you know what? It's not like the offense they didn't lose yesterday because of him.
No.
And the offense has been sputtering with Penix. Zach Robinson is an awful offensive coordinator. He's the Press Taylor in the league right now.
Oh, dear.
He's terrible. And Raheem Morris is an awful head coach and a terrible selection for Atlanta when they made it. And so they're going to spin their wheels a couple of years here with they got really good talent, man.
Yeah.
Bijan, Drake London didn't play yesterday, but Bijan and Drake London, they got pretty good offensive line, and those coaches are terrible. I mean, just terrible.
E, get us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Tone, buckle in. 10 straight weeks of Jaguars football. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
We'll see what they're able to do, see what their record will be after that. It's interesting. You almost don't know yet, really, what kind of team they are.
No, it's an open question.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it comes up virtually every day on the show while we're doing it. Dempsey or myself will ask somebody or each other, what is the identity of this team? Right? And there's no real answer to that, at least to this point. I think they have declared what they want it to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they want to be a team that's going to run the ball when they want to run the ball.
Right.
You know, like, it felt like early on in the season, maybe they're going to be the turnover team this year.
Yeah.
Right? Like, those kind of things, I think they wanted those things to be the identity of the franchise.
They blew
really.
one identity. They tried to sell us physical. You're not physical. You've been beat the hell up 2 weeks in a row. You might try to be physical, but you're not a physical football team.
And, you know, it's one of the things I'm going to talk to DG9 is going to be with us, as he is each Monday, you know, during the season. And he was on a bunch of Jaguars teams that was their identity.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you went to play the Jaguars for the years under Del Rio.
Yeah.
You knew your nose was going to leak bloody.
Stroud on defense.
Right.
Manawai, Naoli, and those guys.
Run the ball.
Right. Like, those kind of, you were able to say this is our identity, and then it was.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when you kicked it off, that's what you dealt with. So they can say they are whoever they want to be, but who are you? Right? Like, you can't hide that once you get on the field. Everyone knew for those years that was what it was going to be. It was a fist fight.
Right.
You play the Jags, it was going to be a fist fight. Peyton Manning knew it. That's why they did okay against those Manning-led Colts teams for those years, right?
Yeah.
So it's right now they're a team that has stated an identity, but they aren't carrying it.
Fair.
Right? So how do you get to where, if this is who you want to be, then that's who you got to be.
Yeah.
Right? And you got to dictate something to somebody. And right now, they're just not doing any of that.
I think that we attributed that physical, we gave them the benefit of the doubt of being a physical. We're going to be a physical team because they were winning line of scrimmage battles. They weren't getting sacked 6-7 times. They were, the few times they got to the quarterback came early in the year, but we got 8 sacks. We got some issues.
That's 8. That too.
And they got one player that they can sub in there, and that's Wyatt Milam, who we haven't seen yet.
Right.
So it's not like the offensive line's going to get changed.
Both lines are the last 2 weeks have really been
subpar.
Well, it tells you how thin that group is on the defensive line, right? Like, Trayvon Walker injures one hand.
Oh, man.
Right, and the whole thing disappears. They were one of the top pressure teams in the league through the first 3 weeks of the season when those two guys were healthy. They weren't a top sack team, but they were a top pressure team when those two guys were healthy. Well, Trayvon loses the function of one hand, and now nobody can get pressure anywhere. So Trayvon being back and closer to full health, maybe that does tick it back up, you know, with them coming out of the bye against Vegas here this week. But they are who they are, right? They brought in Ogba. They tried these different things. Nobody's given them any kind of push anywhere outside of Josh Hines-Allen. He's playing alone the last couple of weeks. Now, that's not enough. We've seen him play alone plenty over the last 4 or 5 years. And for the last couple of weeks, he's had to. Just hadn't been productive.
Yeah.
Have a great show.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, Jaguars Today is coming up next. It'll do it to it for our Monday program. As always, our Mondays brought to you by our partners, our team over there with Next Gen Roofing. So for all your roofing needs, in fact, you can save $300 right now. Just tell them you heard about it on 1010XL. It's Next Gen Roofing. Enjoy Jaguars Today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Swerve, 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 swerve. The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. When the game leaves you wanting more, we give you a little extra. Hacker Leon and Coach Gerald Ingram bring you the window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter, nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnicht Nugget. Okay, I've finally come around. I'm now convinced, like all of you are, Lane Kiffin needs to be the next coach at the University of Florida. I didn't feel that way before. I wanted to see more. I wanted to see if he's as good a coach as he was a guy that's a personality. In addition to being a guy with swag, a really good personality, he's a really good football coach, and he's the one guy that can fix a broken program, and the Florida football program is about as broken as it's ever been. And I think Lane Kiffin should be the next coach. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnick family of dealerships.
Frank Frangie here. Looking for a dealership that makes car buying easy? Let me tell you why Nimnick Buick GMC is the place to shop. At Nimnick, you'll find unbeatable prices, a huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that works around your budget. Whether it's a new SUV, a work-ready truck, or a certified pre-owned, they've got you covered. They back it up with trusted service and transparent deals. Don't wait. Shop 24/7 online at NimnickBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
It's the fall savings event